y'all. Y'all tap the screen. Hey, how you doing? Y'all tap the screen, share the live. We gonna see. Um, y'all been very supportive on the main page, on TikTok, and very, very, very supportive. We are now at what 21.5K or something like that on the main page. So I appreciate the support, but y'all know how we rocking, man. We one day, one live at a time. We gonna call them out, see if they want to have a conversation, but we'll see, man. Um, on my second account yesterday, my second backup, appreciate it. My second backup account, um, we got into a little trouble, so I'm yeeted for. Hey, what's going on, Bianca? I'm yeeted for like five and 7 days on that account. So, but the main page will be back up on Thursday around 12 a.m. I don't know if I'm going live at 12 a.m. on Thursday. I don't know. We shall see. We shall see if I have time. But if not, we will be live around hopefully around this time, not 8 or 9 o'clock on Thursday. Um, and we'll see. But yeah, like this topic was actually inspired by what the dudes be saying online, women ended chivalry and all that BS, and women did this and women did that. And I'm sitting back looking around, and I see that men ruin marriage. It's not even worth women being married anymore. They lose their life faster. They get stressed out. Um, they have raggedy children. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I didn't have to say that, but seriously, these children, they got to take care of the kids. They expect to take care of the house, and then they expect to work and help with the bills. And the dudes lying, talking about that they provide, and then they're not providing. And it's like we keep getting to nowhere. And it's like it's a parasitic relation. I used to get mad when a woman would try to tell me, you know, that marriage is almost parasitic. Well, they wouldn't tell me. They'll say this to the other men that be on the panel, and I'd be like, I'm still a man, y'all. So I'll be like, she just referred to us as almost like a parasite. And then I thought about it. I was like, oh, because you're literally sucking the life out of her. Got you. All right, cool. So I got it. And then I started looking. I said, well, let me go look into what they saying. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tap the screen, share a lot. Let me go look into why they would say that. Then I started seeing that married men live longer. Where are they getting this extra life from? Why do married men live longer than single men? Because a woman is keeping that man out of trouble. A woman is keeping that man out the streets. A woman is preserving his life longer. So they was right. They were absolutely right to say that being in a marriage with a man is parasitic. What a sad case. Um, but that's just the God honest truth. I'm not here to lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. It just is what it is, y'all. And so when you talk about who ruined marriage, y'all tap the screen, share a lot. When you talk about who ruined marriage, it wasn't the man. I'm sorry, it wasn't the woman. It wasn't the woman. They don't get anything. Women don't get any. Men, you get all the benefits of marriage. Women don't. You say that they get a protector, a provider, and all that stuff. You can't. Sometimes they get an unaliver. Sometimes they get I don't know if I can say the word, abuser. I basically said I tried to take out the A, but that didn't work. They basically get that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, well, a lot of times they get debt, they get stress, and they get HE double hockey sticks. So they're not really benefiting from being in a relationship with a man. That's why you see movements like 4B, even though it may not be a vast majority of women. Everything starts small, fam. Everything starts small and grows. So I think 4B is cool. I am all for women being single as a married black man. I will not tell women to get married. You're never gonna hear me that. I'm not advocate. I'm not a male advocate. I will not advocate for you. Sorry, you people. I will not, because I don't want to get in trouble. How did we ruin marriage? How did we ruin marriages? Is that a man? Yeah, it's I'm only live on this backup page because my main page I don't get that back until Thursday early in the morning. Miss Grant, I'll explain. Miss Grandma, would you like to go ahead and speak? Yeah, I'm on TikTok too, Beyond.
Are you muted, Grandma?
Yeah, I think she muted her own mic though. I didn't. LOL, ain't no point of getting married when they give you everything without a ring. Okay. If that's how you see women as sexual objects, then you know, how did men ruin it? Oh, because y'all don't know how to keep a woman. Then when you look at why women get divorced, right? That's why. You push women away. You force them to get divorced. You're broke. You're broke. Men, black men. Well, we want to talk about black men, but you're not providers anymore. You're not leaders. You're not protectors as a whole. So majority of the time, men ruin their marriage. I don't. What more do y'all want me to? The shit is common sense. If you look at statistics, that means you too. I'm married. I haven't ruined mine, but I'm speaking in majority. That guy's an idiot. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me try not to get this live taken down today, bro. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be good. Y'all tap the screen, share the live. Remember, it is 25 to drop. If you hear somebody saying something stupid, I'm going to continue to talk to them. So it's 25 to drop. Cash App, channel 3K. Yes. Well, hold on, brother. Mute your mic real quick. Let me speak to Yes, ma'am. Miss Melon Native. Hey, Brittany, how you doing? You got to unmute. You can go ahead and speak. Is that a child?
Yes, it was. Dropped him.
Yeah. Child came up on TikTok. What the heck?
That's crazy. Yeah.
Kind of weird. And I got the audio. I got the settings to adults. But anyway, E-Love, E-Love, go ahead. E-Love, you got to unmute your mic, brother.
Brother Conscious. Do you hear me, brother?
Yes.
I'm curious, when you said that men ruin marriages, I feel what you're saying, because if you like you said statistics, and like if I look at my community, I see what you're saying. But where do you think they come from, man? What do you think? Like, do you think it's the society? Because if you look back in history, you see as a culture, marriage was a great thing back in the day. Grandmothers, great grandfathers, they stayed married forever. So when do you think that started? I think the school system or media, or what do you think they came from? The concept where we are now, or how we could just
I
quit at any time. So
I could answer that. But let me answer this guy. Three empty. Marriage does benefit men because when you get in a relationship with a woman, your finances increase and your life expectancy increases. So there is a life aspect that increases with the man. On the flip side, marriage don't benefit women because they could lose their life giving birth to your children, right? And not only that, a lot of times when they get with these men, they get an abuser, manipulator, liar, cheater. It's a whole bunch of things that go on, but it does benefit your life. You cannot say that on the flip side for women, right? And your finances increase. All you got to do is look that up. I don't have to sit here and pander. Now, E-Love, to answer your question, misogyny, misuse Bible verses, and patriarchy. If you believe that a woman, I get the spiritual aspect, real cool. Let's take that away. If you think that a woman's inherent purpose is to be a servant to you, but you not serve her, that's a problem. If you think that she's just meant to cook, clean, and have intercourse with you whenever, you know what I'm saying, at the drop of the dime, she's just supposed to be ready and she's supposed to take care of the kids and also work, that's a problem. So you teach generations of this nonsense to men, right? And that's what they expect. Not only that, then the men, the boys, see how their mother was taking care of the household and what the man was doing, seeing her take care of everything while he just sits on his ass. That's what he expects, a woman to just cater to him when he's not doing anything. So if you don't reciprocate the love that's being shown to you, that is how you end up ruining marriages, because her purpose is not to serve you, just her serve. You have to serve each other. If you don't have a servant heart or servant mindset, the stuff doesn't work. Even when they want to bring Jesus into the mix, God came down to serve. That's all Jesus did was serve. Right? So you got misplaced, you got misused Bible verses, you got misogyny, and then patriarchy, and then you think women are just inherent purpose is just to whatever the man says go. Literally, this whole I lead, she must follow. Terms like ride or die. Well, she's going to die, because if she's supposed to sit there and just take it, and what are you doing? And providing has nothing. Providing is not just financially. Can you provide a safe space? Can you provide emotional intelligence? I mean, like all these things, it's just, it's a lot of things that men have to work on, or the relationships just won't work. You're going to see more women lead. But go ahead.
Who taught you? How did you learn?
I didn't. Well, I saw a man. Well, one, I never had misplaced Bible verses. My uncle's my pastor, and I'm finna go to school for theology, right? So with that being said, I never had misplaced Bible verses. Secondly, I saw my dad stay faithful to my mom all the way up to the point where she couldn't have intercourse no more, and she died when I was 16. So I saw a man. That's all good. So I saw a man love a woman all the way through my entire life, and he was a servant, because my dad was a maiden, or is a maiden. He's still here, but I'm just saying.
Do you think most of us had that example, Brother Conscious? Do you think most of us as black men have those examples?
No, I think unfortunately a lot of y'all do not have fathers who. Well, here's the problem I have with that question. It's not a problem with that question. The reason I get mad at that question sometimes is that when you have a brother who can see both sides and he was raised in a 2-parent household, right? With a man, seeing a man love a woman unconditionally. You know what? Let me tell the whole truth. I had a stepdad too. I never went without a father. My mom and my biological dad did not make it. So I had a stepdad, Kenny, stay faithful to my mom all the way through being loyal to my mom all the way through.
We can't hear you, host.
Oh, my bad. So my stepdad, right, Kenny, stayed loyal to my mom all the way through. I never went without a father, and she couldn't have intercourse no more, right? And even with that, the intercourse aspect being taken away, she had type 2 diabetes. She went blind in one eye. He stayed loyal. He never cheated, never did anything bad, and stayed loyal all the way there. And even after she passed, he still took care of me. My biological father is in my life. My biological father was not a deadbeat, right? So my actual biological father, married to my stepmom, I saw him love his wife while they're still here. Love his wife all the way through, and he's still loving her today. So I got the benefit of seeing two men do what the fudge they were supposed to do. And my stepdad didn't have to take care of me, but he loved my mom, and he saw me as his own. And we still talk to this day. We still get together when it's time to go to Mississippi. We go to Mississippi together. I got his number. We still talk. Everything. Like, I call him up right now if I wanted to. But yes, unfortunately, to answer your question, a lot of men didn't have that example. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and gaslight and say that a lot of y'all suffer from welfare because a lot of fathers just didn't want to be there. That's just the God honest truth. A lot of fathers just walked out and gave up on their children. That's just the God honest truth. It had nothing to do with welfare or the system. So even if you don't have the example around you, it's up to you to find out and seek the example, because you know healthy marriages exist. Even if I didn't have an example, I know that calling a woman a bitch is wrong. You would know that, only having your wife cleaning and cooking and being stuck on four walls in a house, losing her identity, you would know that that was wrong. here's the problem I have is that most people know the shit that they're doing is wrong. They just don't give a damn. Sorry for cursing. They just don't care. You know that you will treat others the way you want to be treated. Golden rule. Would you want to be stuck? Appreciate the gifts, y'all. Would you want to be stuck in a house, 4 walls, and your whole identity is taking care of kids and cooking and cleaning, and the nigga just sitting back on 2K or just going to work and then call himself a man, macho man?
But the controversial, when we came up in the neighborhood I came up, there was no a lot of male figures. We had like uncles, you know how they go. They call them uncles, cousins, people in the neighborhood. We didn't have a lot of examples on how to really, like you said, protect, respect, and how to really treat a woman. I think that's what affects on young brothers coming up in the hood, man. Because we didn't have a lot of examples. Not to say it's an excuse, but you know, you had a great example of 2 men in your life. Most of the men in my life, I think most people we was from, you know, it wasn't a lot of good examples, man. The sad truth.
But I'm
You know,
from
like
the,
you had capacities to leaders. We
but,
really had it.
but I'm
I
from,
came up at.
but I'm from the hood. But I'm from the hood. I'm from Acres Home.
No. I was saying how you said, you remember you said you had 2 male examples in your life?
Yeah.
Great males. Unfortunately, when I came up, a lot of us didn't have great male examples in our lives to look up to. And it really teaches and guides us to how to be that kind of man that you had in your life. The sad truth about that, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm not to say you're not from the hood or are from the hood, but you had examples in your life.
But I'm saying there's men
go
in
ahead.
what I'm saying in the hood, being raised in the hood, there's still great men in the hood. They were just in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I said it. I said I don't think myself.
oh, okay.
I see a lot of good examples in the neighborhood that I'm from, as far as how they really treat a woman, and vice versa. Because I mean, even the women in our neighborhood when I came up, it wasn't like you said, even cooking and cleaning. What that ain't happening. No, where I'm from. Not at all. But I understand what you're saying, as always.
Okay.
Great dialogue, brother.
Okay. Jazz, I think she wanted to ask you a question. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's me. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to understand how, I mean, you're saying that it's not an excuse, but it is translating us to that, you know, to the women in the comments, clearly, right? Because that's what we're hearing. Because there are a lot of things that we were not taught either, yet we're doing it, right? Nobody taught us to be, we had to do, even having a mother, no one can teach you how to do that. You know what's morally right as a mother to do, right? But no one can really teach you how to do that. You have to learn that on your own. So these are things that it just sounds like men get all the grace for, but women don't. Like, we don't get the same grace to say, well, we didn't have a father in our lives to show us how we were supposed to be treated by men.
Good example.
And we get dragged.
Good
We get dragged making decisions as men, whether it's because we want to genuinely believe that this person is being genuine when they're approaching us, or we just don't know what a bad or a good man looks like. We're kind of just walking blind in a dating realm, and then we pay for it later. And then you also have the instances where people just simply choose to not. Like, I wholeheartedly believe that people are only a product of their environment to the extent that they allow. Because I know plenty of men from the hood that are amazing fathers. Present fathers.
I understand the point.
Even if their fathers passed when they were young, if their fathers happened to not be around, if their fathers were in and out of jail, they made a choice to get up every day and be the opposite of them. And the men that used to use what they were not taught as a crutch, or what they were taught for that matter, because some of these men whose daddies was around, they wasn't shit. They was tearing their mamas up every day. They was bringing random women around them every day. They were, doing D-rugs or whatever else. There are a lot of men who grew up in 2-parent homes that did not witness a healthy relationship, a healthy marriage. So they either chose to be just like that person in their life, or they chose to be the opposite. It all boils down to choices at the end of the day, is my point. So it's irrelevant that they weren't taught how to be a certain way. If you know that once you hit a certain age and you know that something is morally wrong and you want better for yourself, you're going to make those choices no matter what you have to do.
I think in my rebuttal, I would agree to disagree. Yeah, because I understand what you're saying. But I think it's as a black man growing up with a lot of struggles, a lot of trauma, and seeing a lot of things in the community, it plays its part. But I understand what you're saying about being a good man and going through struggles and, making your way out. I understand it totally. And I wish things was better. And statistically, from where I'm from, and looking at the environment and the numbers, it's pretty bad. But the reason I would say that is because of the lack of the black man in the home. You know what I'm saying? I understand. I ain't just saying my little sister. I wish it wasn't what I didn't see what I'm seeing or what I really still deal with, even where I live right now. I'm in an apartment building with 500 people, and very seldom do you see a man in the house. And because of that, you see a lot of sisters, pregnant, a lot of guys to get locked up. I think it'd be different and like the brother said, he had 2 examples in his life, and we had more stronger men in the community. I just think that's the answer. But I understand what you're saying.
We can address that later, but Leah, thank you.
Okay, so I really don't understand this. Oh, well, I'm a grown man, but me as a child, I didn't have examples. First of all, we're adults who have free will, right? So everything that you went through as a child has nothing to do with the kind of adult that you turn into be, because we have free will. You can choose to let trauma take over you or overcome it. You have free will, right? Right. So if me seeing, my mom struggled her whole life and there's no man in the household, me as a woman, I'm not going to do what my mama did. Just because a lesson isn't a positive lesson doesn't mean it's not a lesson. You feel me? You can learn from bad experiences just like you can learn from good experiences, right? Right. So you should try to be everything that you wanted as a child rather than, succumbing to everything that you went through, right? As a woman, I can't let my trauma and what I've been through because I'm a woman take over my life. I can't. I literally can't, right? And this whole, marriage thing where it's ruined, this is not a new phenomenon. Because let me tell you something about baby Papa been a Rolling Stone. Papa been a Rolling Stone. Men had second families back then with your granny. Like, what are we talking about? The woman always had to struggle through the marriage. Him putting hands on her. She can't leave because he worked and she can't open up a bank account and she has to deal with all of this because she's a woman. Like, what are we talking about? Right? The woman has always been the person who hasn't really benefited from the marriages since the beginning of time. She had to endure all of this stuff because she was a woman. She couldn't get no job. She couldn't open up no bank account. So when that man told her, oh, you got to do this and smacked her upside her head, she just had to deal with it. Because what other choice she got, baby? The marriages has been like this. Now that women have the choice and option to leave, they doing it.
Was life insurance a thing back then? I'm wondering. I'm serious.
I don't know.
Why collectively y'all didn't just put them mofos to sleep?
Yeah. And then they romanticize.
You tell me I can't to do something and knock me up my head between the washer and dryer and I not do nothing.
Exactly. And then a lot of men romanticize like, oh,
this land will be mine, this house will be mine.
Yeah, but a lot of men romanticize, oh, well, my granny, and she was a strong woman because she had to be. She had to be. Most of those women who were married and then their men passed away, they said, I will never get married again. You think your grandma loved the life she had? Baby, no.
Let's see who this is. Bayan?
Hi.
Hello.
I had a couple questions just out of curiosity, not as much out of to combat you. But is there a timeline you're referring to from when this started, or does this refer to all of history?
Well, I'm only going by today's data. So from 2000 up, you can clearly see that men have always, well, even if you want to take it all the way back, I mean, men have always benefited from marriage. Even the men who want to use the Bible, right? It does say it is not good for man to be alone. Doesn't say women can't be alone. Just said it's not good for man to be alone. They want to take that whole spiritual aspect of it. Hey, remember, says it's not good for you to be alone. Remember that, right? So, but all of history, marriage has benefited men.
So, do you feel like it got worse or better? In this generation?
Well, I don't know how bad marriages were in like BC times, so I can't even honestly give you a definite answer because I wasn't there. It could be a whole bunch of horrible stuff that we can read in history, so I wouldn't know.
I would say that I think when the marriage is a healthy one, it has gotten better. I would say that. I do think that marriages have gotten better when we are talking about healthy, rooted marriages, because typically those kind of men are emotionally intelligent and they do actually value a woman and what she brings to the table, and they don't believe that only one particular role is a woman's role and vice versa, those kind of men typically they stay married longer.
Okay, but I guess
then it wouldn't be the dynamic still wouldn't be the best.
But I guess what I'm asking you is, do you think there's more of those men nowadays, or do you think there's less?
More of what kind of men? Good men?
The men she described of like having a healthy rooted marriage.
I honestly, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think most men are healthy. So I no. I don't think the average man is built for marriage. I don't think the average man is emotionally intelligent. There are some people that would say that majority of men are this way. I don't know. But from what I see, and based on, we can already tell the average man is not a provider based on in this country, it's a different. If you're making $50,000 a year, you can't take care of all one. So it depends on how much you want to get into it. But I don't think the average man is balanced. If I would probably say 50-50, but I don't know. But that's just my opinion, though. I can only answer from an opinion-based standpoint.
So where I'm going with this is like, I understand exactly where all of you are coming from, but at the same time, for me, like, because I'm personally like Gen Z, what I've noticed is that the more that social media and technology has developed, the worse it has gotten, because there is so much dehumanizing of both the sexes. So like with dating apps, swiping on people who actually have souls and personalities, and we're just swiping as if we're going shopping. You know what I mean? So I feel like when Facebook started and all these things and all these and even corn, like all of these things have really shaped the way that we view each other. So I feel like in that sense, that was the root problem. And also, like, it takes two to tango, you know what I mean? Like, it takes women joining these dating apps to unfortunately undergo these issues where they're kind of enabling these men, seeing them a certain way.
May I say something?
Enabling.
Because
I want to make a correction about something really quick, because I don't entirely agree with that. I get what the concept is, and I can partially agree, right? But specifically for dating apps, I don't think that that's dehumanizing anybody per se. You look at someone when you first meet them, period. Like you physically see this person, and if you're not physically attracted to that person, it's not gonna matter what their personality is, because you can't force yourself to like somebody that you're not attracted to. So if anything, it's just speeding up the process of getting to the point of, at least I'm attracted to this person. Okay, now let me take the steps of getting to know this person. I don't think that's dehumanizing anybody. It's a time saver more than anything, and it's helped people who now have to slave away 40 plus hours a week and don't get out that much to meet real people in real life and find love the normal way.
And that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
About the corn, the only person that's dehumanizing is women, because men have a warped sense of sex, and they have a warped sense of what it means to please a woman and what it takes to please a woman. And also they have a warped sense of what a woman's supposed to physically look like. And they've made that their reality. So now they don't look at women as people or things and humans that grow and change and evolve and get stretch marks and all that other stuff. They don't view us as that. They view us as objects. That's a one-sided situation, because I don't know many women that use corn as a means to dehumanize or box men into one sector, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
I don't think that it's necessarily both sides when it comes to these particular things. But I get where you're coming from as far as how it's.
I see what you're saying.
But the thing is, though, I'm Gen Z
I
too.
appreciate it.
Being Gen Z is not a like, oh well, I know because this new age because I'm Gen Z. No. So I think that the only reason why things are crumbling apart more than it was before is because women are able to leave and say no, like they weren't in the past. Right? So when women had to endure all of these things from the past, they had no choice. Now they have a choice. Now a man just can't tell a woman off and disrespect her without her saying something back. And that's what the downfall is. Women have voices now. Women didn't have voices before. So once the victim can finally speak up for themselves, the dynamics change. Yeah, it does. So dating apps, that is no justification for how things are going right now. When when we think about back in the day and how you think things were better, it really wasn't. Being a traditional woman was just justification for them to disrespect a woman and demean her and demean her, right? So now that things aren't really traditional anymore, it's kind of modern. There is no justification for you to disrespect her anymore. It just isn't. She's not gonna go for none of that no more.
And
That's what it is.
Then get on these panels to say, what's the point of getting married when she could just up and leave? Why are you so focused on her leaving you?
Because they're not doing anything for them to say.
Of being a good husband, if you have all the intentions in the world of treating her right and being faithful and being a stand-up man and delivering on your part of your vows, her leaving you should be one of the last things you're thinking about. But because they walk into relationships like that, that's how you know subconsciously they have no intention of doing what it takes to keep that woman. They have no intentions of valuing and abiding by the same rules they're going to lay down for that woman. So they already know, if I fuck up at least one time, and it's usually the biggest fuck up they could possibly have. They're not little ones, it's usually real big ones. I want her to stay. I want her to love me enough to stay. And if she doesn't love me enough to stay, that means marriage is a hoax. This whole relationship thing, it's all just to take advantage of me and hold me accountable. I don't like that. So I'm just going to play in these streets and waste people's time and pretend I'm going to marry a woman just so I can get the benefits of.
Mr. Smith, take your page all private and come talk to us about that. You scared about a woman like I'm not capping, like I'm not firing you up or nothing. I'm just saying, like, you said that's true. That's what's keeping me single. What, a woman leaving? I mean, like, if we so alpha and all that, nigga, our woman ain't gonna leave. Like that's
Yeah. Do you think a woman that's truly loved and cared for, do you think she just gonna leave? Like, be for real. They know that they're giving mediocrity, and they are scared of a woman leaving because they give the bare, not even the bare minimum. Like, when you talk about, oh, well, these women are leaving. Why? Why are they leaving?
nobody talks about the why.
Are you gonna do the things that make a woman leave, or are you gonna just love her?
Yeah, nobody talks about the
Everybody
why.
thinks that a woman just requires the moon, the sun, and the stars. Well, really, is she just looking for regular? Just treat me like a person. Just treat me like a human. Just love me. That's it.
It's also projection, right? Because they say, oh, women, they divorce because they're bored. Like, no, that's what y'all fucking do. Only you don't divorce. You just go and cheat because you're bored or because it's something new to do, or just because the opportunity is there. They're projecting because they know they don't need a motive for their actions. They think that women operate in that same way.
I did not get
So
married.
I have a question.
A reason for why she's doing what she's doing, a legitimate one.
She has a question. I want to. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question for the ladies. So something I did hear from a lot of women that agree with the both of you is that they plan to kind of basically just not even entertain men, not get into relationships with men, because at the end of the day, like, women can basically get anything that a man could give them and provide for them. So it makes me curious, if they bring to the table what we can also bring, what are they necessary to us at all? Like, should we just not interact with them, like, in terms of, like, romantically? Like, what's the solution? Like, do we just not even entertain them at all?
See, that's the thing, though, because that's why I always hate when people be like, oh, well, women need men and men need women. Nobody needs anybody, right? But we want people. It's not that you can do things for me that I can't do, or I can do it by myself. It's, I can do bad all by myself, but I love you.
What about
It's
just
not about what you can do for me,
what
right?
about
It's
companionship?
about me loving you and you loving me. It's never been about what you can do for me for women. It's never been like that. So
But men think like
the
that,
answer,
right?
but the answer to your question,
Hold on. Wait. Men think like what? Say it again.
But men think like that, right? They're always like, oh, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table?
Men have a obsession with the word need, right? Because they have this desire. Oh, I hate doing a stupid analogy. If a woman needs and wants something, she appreciates it more, right? That's stupid. So they have an obsession with being needed, right? But they don't understand being wanted.
Yes.
Well, if
that's
you don't
exactly
need
my
me,
point.
if you don't need me for nothing, then what am I here for? Nigga, you there because she wants you there. That's
Because
it.
she love you. That's my whole point. Why, as a person, would you want to be needed? Like, this person cannot survive and function if you ain't there. Not because she love you, not because he loves you, but because what you can do for them. And I feel like that's absolutely insane. That's why the marriages are ruined. Because you focusing on what I can do for you rather than I love you, right? And that's why they're like, oh, well, the woman leaves because she's bored. No, baby, she leaves because you not showing her you love her. You doing the bare minimum. Y'all don't go out on dates. Y'all don't talk about nothing. If y'all in each other's presences, y'all just sit around. That ain't love, baby. Who wants that? I'm married to you, but what is this marriage doing that benefits my life? What is this marriage doing that makes me happier than I can do and when I can be by myself and do the same shit and sit around by myself? You know what I mean?
So are you saying that men like naturally or are inherently always wanting to be in control? Is this like a natural thing or a societal issue?
I wouldn't say
Like,
it's a natural thing. I would say it is a conditioning thing, right? Because like when people say natural, this has to be innate in your DNA. Until you can find proof that it's in your DNA that men are freaking naturally this way or women are natural nurturers in the DNA, not by what they do, but in the DNA, then I need, I ain't gonna say that. But you can be conditioned to think a certain way. But when y'all give me the science behind it, I'm looking forward to that conversation. Show me in the XY chromosome that is not innate. But until then, I wouldn't say that. I would just say it's a conditioning.
But I feel like throughout all of history, man, all they wanted was control and colonization and like being territorial and just wanting to start these things for their own, like a territorial, like
But that's
out
not
of
a
nature.
DNA thing.
But
Because if
DNA though, like that's
if-
what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was saying like until I. Oh, we got one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a DNA thing. If you can't look in their DNA and be like, yep, that's what makes them want control. It could never be a DNA thing. It's a societal thing. It's people telling them like, oh, you need to be in control. You're a big, strong man that doesn't have feelings and all of this other stuff. That's not DNA. That's conditioning. You got other people telling you that you need to be this way, and then you got yourself telling you need to be this way. It has nothing to do with DNA. Everything to do with conditioning and making themselves believe that you have to be this way, right?
I could, but Brian, to be fair, I could understand how you can come to that conclusion. Whenever those two gather and meet in the middle or meet together, I will have no problem conceding. But I can say throughout history, men have been the ones causing the most harm. Men are the most destructive, violent creatures on this planet. I could definitely concede to that. But the DNA, because when like I need it innate, right? Like something about the genetic coding of us.
Mm-hmm.
If I can get that, I'll be like, well, yep, nigga, hey, you're born trash.
Everybody has free will. We're adults.
I will concede. I'm all about conceding.
Everybody has free will. We are adults. We choose the life we live.
I do think that there is a I'll be fair, not to go too religious for the ones that's not religious, right? I do think that there is a very sinful nature in men, mankind, but men specifically. I do think that, but in the DNA though, like I just have to, from the spiritual aspect.
Why do you think that is then?
Well,
Like,
that's just from a spiritual aspect. Like that would be on a whole different like religious aspect of going against God. However, if we wasn't talking about God, if we bring it back down here, I don't have it. I don't have the answer for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I would think that
I think that if things are a certain way for so long, then you're conditioned by it.
Appreciate
If
that.
for hundreds and
Mustache.
hundreds of years, men were in control, they had control of this, they had control of that. Why wouldn't a lot of men think that they,
Hold on, Mikey.
you know,
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
No, not you. Not you, Mikey. Want
Oh.
to? I don't like when people take their mic off and start trying to interject right when. I ain't got time for it.
Okay, but if the world has been telling you for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, you are in control. You choose what a woman does and what she says and what she wears and everything. Why wouldn't you think that that's how it is? You know what I mean? The world been telling you for all of these years that this is what it is. So it's conditioning. They conditioned you to think like that, but also you allowed them to. You allowed them to. You allowed them to condition your mind and tell you how your life's supposed to be, knowing that you can have a life how you want it to be.
Okay, let me see what Mikey got to say. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, you were throwing shots at me last time, man. What's going on? You back?
Yeah, I wasn't throwing shots. I'm just inspired. I want to learn how to be a king simp and panderer like you. So,
goddamn. Well, so what? Wait, y'all mute. Please don't say nothing. Hold on. Let me mute. Okay, where was the simping and pandering? Have you came across one of my videos?
All of your advice is it caters to women's egos.
But what advice did I give in here?
It's just it does not give constructive advice.
But what advice did I give in here?
You're just trying to make them sound good, actually, as opposed
Wait,
to
but boss, let me ask you a question. What advice? Okay, if you're going
your whole
wait, time out. Because I don't want us to get emotional. We're men, right? We don't. What y'all be saying with that? We fit.
So I'm specifically
Okay, so Mike, but just hold on.
I'm answering your question, brother. Men ruin marriage.
That's a statement. That's not advice. And I really don't feel like I'm trying to let you control yourself. I don't want to do the whole muting thing. But when I ask a question, I just want to answer. What advice have I given women? I don't give women advice. Give me something. Give me something give me something that I said to women what they should do.
I'm not going to go on specifics, right? But your whole
no, Mikey. We're not gonna do that. You can't come up here and throw dirt on my name and say that I'm doing this, that, and the third. You gotta say what I did, right? What advice do I give to women?
You're trying to get caught up in nuance.
I'm not backpedaling. Mikey, hold on, fam. Don't start. Listen, women, y'all forgive me. I'm finna say something. We say that we're men, right? And we shouldn't act like a woman. So right now you're being very emotional. So give me a second. Answer the question. What advice do I give to women? And what advice did I give in this live?
What I'm referring to is the statement that you have on the back.
That's not advice.
Men ruined marriage.
That's not advice, Mikey.
That is not the case.
That's not advice, Mikey. Pause, Mike. No, we're not going to do that. Until you answer that question, we can't continue the conversation. That is a statement. And usually when a person puts up a statement, right, they can contextualize how are they coming to this conclusion. But that's not me giving advice.
Listen. I don't care enough about you.
Right? Yeah, have a good one. And see that right there is what pisses me off.
Came up on the panel with your weird ass.
That right there is what pisses me off. I don't give women advice. I could care less about giving black women advice. I think we have enough enough men giving black women advice. I'm not here to give black women advice. If they ask me for some advice, cool. I'll try to give them the best advice I can. However, I am here to call out my brothers for the things that they say. I drop women off the panel when brothers want to come speak. But I'm going to let my moderators up because they're my moderators. And I'm going to let some few women come up if they want to come up. Y'all dudes be running away from the fade sometimes. So where is this? So time out. So where is this simping? You said what we doing wrong, fam. I got you. I can answer that question. Let me approve this comment so people can see it, right? I don't know why they be hiding. Abuse. More violence comes through men. A woman is 4 times more likely to lose her life while she's pregnant. at the hands of a man, right? Y'all, it's like y'all don't read. Women get abused in their marriage. The biggest threat to a woman is her spouse. And her spouse is usually a man. Don't bring in the LGBTQ because they only represent 1%. The biggest threat to a woman is her spouse. 9 times out of 10 times. It's not the random, the so-called ones that's supposed to protect the woman. The protector, the leader, the provider, the husband is usually the one who unalives the wife, who beats the wife. Marital grape. Because some of y'all don't think that that's a real thing. When all you got to go do is look it up. You think that vajayjay is owed to you? Y'all don't want to talk about that. So I like, that's statistics. That's not me. That's studies. That's the FBI. That's the CIA. That's them. Get mad at them and get mad at the men who's doing it. But this whole giving women advice, I don't care about giving women no advice. I'll give women advice, right? Leave men alone. Let them suffer alone. You know what I would tell women? Don't get married. Do not get married. Oh, Shannon, you gonna keep these women? I can't advocate for marriage right now. I hope I would say, right, since you want to talk about giving women advice, here's my advice. Enter relationships at your own risk. That's my advice. If she hops into a relationship, she has to be accountable for the relationship that she hops in. Enter relationships at your own risk. Other than that, I don't know what else to tell you, fam. But advice, yeah, you ruin marriage, fam. Y'all dudes ruin marriage. You're causing these women. You causing these women to freaking divorce you because you're not doing your job. You're beating the woman. You're broke. You're emotionally unstable. You lack emotional intelligence. And then she's supposed to just sit there and stay. And then not only that, men cheat more than women. So there's infidelity that's being involved because you believe that it's just fast food for JJ. Y'all be saying, so we say stupid stuff like this. Oh, babe, it was a mistake. It was nothing. Like, I love you, but if I smash her, you know what I'm saying? That was just it what it is. But like, I love you, girl. Stupid stuff. Hood nigga syndrome. Right? That's what that be. But if a woman cheat, now if she gets her lick back, now you mad. Because you're like, well, when a woman cheat, she shouldn't be able to do it because she really felt something for the man. Do you not understand? As a man who'd been around a little bit and messed with other in the heathen days, of course, heathen from a heathen perspective. There are women out here that can fuck you and go right back home to their husband and not care about you, nigga. I promise. There are women that can literally just tell you, I just need my lick back. I don't want nothing to do with you. I think you're fine. Let's get it in. Get out. And you know what? And it is women that will vent to a man about her husband. Let him hit and go right back to their husband. What the hell are you talking about? That y'all be thinking that these women just have to fall in love with you. Y'all are idiots. You better start treating your woman right. And you know what? I got some more advice. Don't let your boyfriend stop you from finding your husband. There you go. Now I'm giving advice, nigga. That's my advice. Stop wasting these women time. Women, stop letting these men waste your time. And stop letting a boyfriend drag you for 3 to 7 years for you to get a goddamn here you go ring. What I call it? A might as well ring. Might as well marry her. I might as well get with her. She done been with me through thick and thin. She done been with me through hell and back. I might as well. She got 2 of my kids. Might as well. But there's a man that will love you if you got 2 kids. Fuck that nigga. Sorry, God, Lord, forgive me. I'm trying. That slipped out. That slipped out. That's the first cuss word. Y'all
I just want to throw out there that a husband doesn't have to be involved either. I am still considered a heathen. I have no husband to go home to not want to deal with you. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, shut up ring. That's what they call it. Goddamn shut up ring. But this is what they say. Here, and I'm not calling women bitches when I say here, bitch, shut up. Just shut up. I got you. Here, 7 years.
Yeah, and I feel like that's crazy. And when you were talking about, like, you know, how it's more likely for a woman to be hurt in her own home than by anybody else. And out of all the women, it's the highest in Black women. Black women get abused more than any other demographic here in this United States. All of them, all of the races, every single one of them. It's the woman that looks just like me. And to me, that's absolutely crazy. I can't beat my own ass. I'd rather just stay by myself.
You can beat your own ass. It's just not like. It's just not like. It's just not like it.
Between love and hate.
Mhm. Like y'all, I don't understand y'all do. I didn't give. Well, now technically I just gave women advice. But however, y'all be talking about this advice. All I do is call out the problematic Black. Dude, I'm not up here talking about good Black men. I don't know what the fuck y'all live, but I'm not talking about y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about y'all. They know who I'm talking about. Any nigga with a microphone and a podcast is be up there talking about Black women are this, is that, and the third, and they need to fix themselves so us Black men can love them again. Or if you equate value in a woman to her womb or her private section, nigga, something wrong with you. You disgust. I just want y'all to keep it consistent. That's all I want. I want you to tell your daughter that she's worthless. That's all I want. Black men, I need y'all to tell your own daughter that she's worthless. I need you to tell your mama that she's worthless, your daughter that she's worthless. Let's just throw on the clown hats and go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and let's all go stupid. I'm all for it. You want to say Black women lose value as they get older and stuff like that because human life is, I don't know, freaking trash and it don't have no value, and like a woman can't, like a streetwalker can't be a wife. A streetwalker can't, or SW can be a wife. A 304 can be a wife. I don't understand y'all. And then you want to bring God in the mix. You want to bring God in the mix, like God, like bro. We got SMEX workers in the church. Used to be. We got unalivers in the church. We got women with a past in the church, men in the church. Paul was unaliving Christians. What are you talking about? That's who God wants, you dummy. He wants to change them from the inside out. So for you to think that a woman can't be redeemed from a past or anything is stupid. So don't bring God into the mix. That's why I can't stand when y'all do that, fam, because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. We're all broke in some way, shape, or form. But to say that somebody doesn't have any value, women value decrease as they get older because they sleep with so many men. If you are, do y'all understand that when you say that women lose value sleeping with men, that you're literally telling women to keep their fucking legs closed and don't F with any of us? You do know, you notice what you're saying, right?
And then it's basically saying that men decrease your value. Why get with a man if it decreases your value anyway, baby?
Yo, Shannon, it's an old dude in the prompt. You want me to bring him up?
Old dude in the who?
In the queue here. You want me to bring homie up?
Yeah, he cool.
All right.
If they're telling women by the masses, like, hey, talking to us and being with us and being in a relationship with us, hey, that decreases your value. Why would women want to be with y'all if you are literally telling us, hey, getting with us decreases your value?
Because I don't understand it. They're just stupid statements. Our value go up because we get more money. Y'all niggas don't even start getting money until you get married. What are you talking about? The average man doesn't just make it on his own, you dumbass. It's always a woman that's right. Sorry for cursing. It's always a woman that's right there by his side helping him. Y'all niggas don't know.
And I don't understand more money aspect neither when not even a quarter of men even have 7 figures. So what amount of money is increasing? What amount of money are you getting?
If he's making $40,000 a year and you're making 30, right? Let's just say that. That's still more money. Because
Okay,
what's gonna happen? Then what's gonna happen? He gonna say this stupid shit right here. I got this business plan.
Okay, Shannon, is that before or after taxes? Because after taxes he's still broke. So I'm just asking.
Listen. hey, I got this business plan, baby, and I just need you to, you know what I'm saying? For real though. Seriously, like that's a lot of businesses started through a couple. It wasn't just him by himself. Not many men are self-made. Well, nobody's self-made. I mean, because you always need help somewhere, but I understand the term. Not many men have done it without the help of a woman. And when it comes to black businesses, especially a man, it's usually a black woman that's the first sower of it. They're the first donation. The first nigga, when you needed somebody to sleep, it wasn't your homeboys, it was a who.
That's why it's called mom and pop shops and not pop shops.
And Shannon, I'm still asking, like, was this before or after taxes? Because you know, even after taxes, niggas is still broke.
I can't. I don't got the data to know. I don't got the data to know, bro. The highest class SMEX workers in France would often marry wealthy men of the atrocity. Okay. They respected value of those women, especially since they doubled as spies and safe houses. What? I gotta look into that. That was posted by the wrong comment. That was posted by,
Crazy.
oh yeah, 'cause I'm on YouTube right now. That's what she said. Okay, all right, cool. I will definitely look into that Miss Invisible Woman. I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And I don't know why they be talking about SW workers neither. I don't even get that. You think that if a woman didn't have to be an SW worker that she would want to? You think that's a want?
Okay, but here's another gag. What level of sex worker are they talking about? Because being a stripper is not a bad thing.
And they pay for it.
And if it wasn't men that asked for it, it wouldn't be one that would do it.
SW, because we trying to be safe on this account here.
No, but I said which level. Yeah, that's why I said which level of SW are we talking about?
I thought you said like the full word.
No, she said scripper.
If it wasn't men that was wanting women to shake their booties, it wouldn't be women shaking their booties for men. If it wasn't a market for this kind of situation,
Men
But
made
you
them.
know how they say that men want this because women just throw it out there now and they're so common to see half naked women. Okay, but women were S workers back in the 50s and 40s and the 30s.
in the biblical times, there was that stuff.
Hey, them
I told them that's
them-
why I went to Hope Robertson and shit.
Them boys love.
Hold on. Corn was a thing back then as well. So, I mean, it wasn't as prevalent, it wasn't as accessible, and it definitely was a lot more frowned upon at that time. But it was still there. And in time where being a covered and modest woman was more popular, more common than not. So that proves right there that there was still a supply and demand situation back when most women were conservative as the ones the women that they claim that were not. So that does prove that men don't actually really want that. At least that's not what they want secretly.
But yeah, honestly, it's like, because I think it's harder for a man to get some cootie cat than it is a woman to get some meat. It's easy for a woman to get some meat. So when they see it's so hard to get some cootie cat from a woman, but then it's everywhere. They shaking their booties and I still can't get no cootie cat.
That shit ain't hard. If you're a man in 2025, not that I promote this, but if you're a man in 2025 and you can't get no JJ, you're the problem. Because it's just too easy. I know it's not that hard. It's not that hard.
Especially if you're telling the truth about it, it really ain't that hard.
It's not that hard. And I'm not even talking about from a person who you got to pay it from. I'm just saying it's just not that hard. But the most sexual liberated time throughout, well, one of the most sexual liberated times throughout history, and you still struggling, fam. Nigga, that's your fault. Hold on, what to say? And have the nerve to get upset that women have on. Well, let me see what Red Zone. Go ahead.
What's going on, everybody?
What's up, man? What's up?
Thank you for not a whole lot. Just up to a lot, working, going to school, the usual number.
What you going to school for, brother? I never asked.
Computer science.
Okay. Good feel.
Security.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Appreciate it.
addressing the prompt, men ruin marriage. I definitely agree. And I think the unfortunate thing about it is that, and you know, several of you, like you and your fellow panelists, have actually alluded to this, but the thing is that there are easy ways to not. There are so many ways that you can keep a marriage strong. There are so many ways to stay in a good marriage and to have it be good and successful. You have to be working hard to screw it up, but it's happening so often from men that I don't know. It's almost like so many of us as men go out of our way to make ourselves miserable for seemingly no reason, and it's just absolutely sad to watch. And I don't know. Maybe this is just my personal bias, because I'm also not married, so I'm not going to tell another man like how to be married because I'm not married. I'm single. But just from my own personal experience of like watching men do a million stupid things that are easily avoidable, like friends, family members, elders, like within my own family. It just seems to me that what men do is they go into relationships because they feel like it's just what they're supposed to be doing, rather than actually seeking happiness and seeking people that they're compatible with. They're just doing it because they're told that that's what they have to do, and that if they're not doing it, that they're not a real man, if they're not in relationships or not having sex or not being intimate with a woman, that they're not really real, and that something is wrong with them if they're not doing it. And that sort of approach, that I just have to be doing it in order to prove my manhood, gets a lot of men in trouble.
Okay. I don't have any disagreements. Anybody have any disagreements?
Yeah.
Really not.
Yeah, I don't have any disagreements with it. Let's see. Scuba, you go ahead and speak, and then we're gonna let Bree speak after that. Oh, and YouTube, I sent the link. Like I pinned the link. Do you have any disagreements, or if you wanted to come up and say something, you can.
No, I don't disagree with what you said, but I do see a lot of men that get married, be getting divorced, like bad crazy. And like I said, I've never been married before, but I always want to look up to examples of a good marriage, so I know what to exemplify when I get married one day. And at this point, I just like, I might just trust God on this one, because some of y'all dudes suck. I see how y'all treat your wives, I see how y'all treat your kids, and it'll be right. And then y'all they love calling themselves leaders, providers, protectors, but they always come out empty-handed because of their own destruction.
I don't think the average man a leader product. Where you lead? Yeah, you can lead. You can lead. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I mean, y'all good leaders. Y'all are very no. For real, I ain't gonna cap. I don't cap. Men are very good leaders. Going. No. Listen. Y'all very good leaders. When it come to going to hell. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. Leading
Straight
people.
down the fucking abyss of
Because
hell.
when we talk about leadership, fam, like y'all, there's bad leaders too. You know what I'm saying? So you, like when dudes be like, "Yeah," I'd be like, "Yeah, you sure right, bro." Men are leaders, fam. But where are you going, bro? I'm trying to. You asking the man where's he? Well, I'm leading her to what? I'm leading her to nigga sound. Hey, niggas sound like this. That's what you sound like, fam. You sound like you just typing with your teeth. That's I don't know. Say, go ahead, Bree. Miss Bree.
Hey,
How you doing?
good evening, everyone. I just came up to say, I just dropped in, so I'm not sure how the conversation's going, but I just want to answer the prompt. I find it hilarious that men can't tie like they can't draw the line between the number one reasons why women are initiating divorce and how they end up with custody the majority of the time. Like I find that hilarious because literally stats and all these studies are showing that the majority of the reason why women are leaving these relationships or leaving marriages is because the division of labor isn't equal, meaning that they're doing the majority of the labor in the household. But that tracks. And we don't say that's not true. They're leaving for stupid reasons, like they're unhappy or for money or whatever the case may be. But the stats show that that's the main reason why, right? But then when these women, these exact same women who have been doing the majority of the household labor, then goes to court, and then the judge says, well, she's been bathing him, she's been making sure that he's eating, making sure he knows all the doctor's information, all this other stuff. It'll make a lot more sense for the woman to continue to take care of the child. But then they'll be like, no, it's because they're biased, because, you know, women just have more biases in court or whatever the case may be, whatever, blase, blase. But it's literally just that the same reasons why you're overlooking why these women are getting divorced are the exact same reason why they end up getting full custody. So it's just all the way around, just like stupidity, like in mass, like it grows every day, like fucking grass at this point. Like how delusional do you have to be to not see that those things tie together? So, like, I really don't think there's no hope. But anyway, long story short, I came up to say that even when they talk about women in vetting, right? First of all, I feel like it's a shaming tactic for women to be forced to stay in unhappy relationships because they feel like as soon as you commit to the man, you should never be able to uncommit. And that's all bullshit. But then especially when we talk about single moms and they're like, well, the reason why there's so many single moms is because women are not requiring marriage. They believe marry before you carry fixes all these issues. I'm sorry. Totally forgetting that the only reason why a single mother household is an issue because when the men leave the house, they no longer feel tied to the children, and the children go without a father figure at all. Not just a father figure in the house, but when he leaves, he abandons. So the wild, crazy part is you want to say that it's the woman's fault why this is happening. The only way that you can hold a man accountable is through the state. You have to put fucking paperwork on this man. And it's like, okay, so you are admitting the fact that these men cannot be held accountable outside of the law, meaning that they're not held accountable by their word. If a man is up to say, I love you and I want to build a family with you, that's not enough. So again, when we're saying that they're leaving the house and not being held responsible for the children, they're like, that's crazy. Men are somehow, intrinsically honest or some shit like that. But then also say it's your fault because you didn't put papers on him. You get what I'm saying? All of it is just saying, they just be playing in our faces. And at this point, it's like, bro, we've tried your game multiple years upon years, centuries upon centuries. We've been playing y'all's game, and it hasn't gotten us anywhere. Now you're mad that we have an opportunity to opt out because you refuse to work with us. You want to work against us. That's what all of this is about. But anyway, I digress. I'll land my plane.
You said that, sis. You said it all. That's the fact.
I don't got no rebuttal.
No, she didn't say not one line for real. Cause look at what she said about the whole why women are single mothers now. Y'all know how the stats show up. How single mothers are mostly married women who left their homes, and the reason why these married women left their homes is for the simple fact of because old boy thought it was a good idea to leave the wife at home to do everything, and the only thing he wants to do is come home and play video games because he thought in his mind that paying the bills in the house and being a provider by bills was the only thing that mattered. That's where the bullshit's at. Not everything. Like, where do y'all not get that at that? When it comes down to a marriage is about equal compromise. It's not about you just because you feel like that, oh yeah, since I pieced it up and I pay the bills at home, that means that, oh yeah,
He's standing up
I'm
is
supposed.
crazy work.
Nah, for real. Like most of these dudes act like that. He's standing up is a whole medal badge of honor, homie. Like that, like, oh yeah, that's what being a real man is. Bro, being a man, that's what being a man to you is you be standing up. All right, homie. Like, dude, like, what are we doing here? And then they get mad when they wonder why the marriage rate is down and why a lot of mothers don't want to be in relationships or don't want to deal with them no more. That's what it is. Because no respectful woman wants to sit there and be trapped up with some dude that don't even know how to wash dishes. That makes no damn sense.
Hold on, y'all. My bad. I didn't get banned. I had to close out for a second. Cause I'm finna get something started in a second. Jeez. I don't know if I could put. So I put that right there. I saw my boy Public Offender, right? Had a debate with Cooley. David Cooley. I don't even know why Public would waste his time going over there. But I understand he wants to smoke. And I get it. But that David Cooley guy from No Fugazi podcast is a lame, bro. I already did a video on him when that black woman cooked him. You know what I'm saying? He said specifically that he was not that guy at first.
Before takeoff on long train rides.
My bad. I was straight in the background and that ad popped up. Yeah. So he said that he wasn't that guy. And now that he basically said now that he got money, a woman can't tell him nothing. He's like, yeah, back then, y'all, I may have been this, is that, and third, but now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. No, nobody can tell me nothing. When you get to talking like that, that's how I know you were a square. I'm not gonna say the nigga ugly or nothing like that. I'm just saying, like, I know that you're a square. You're lame.
Are you serious?
But not just to mention the fact that a lot. I'm gonna dare say this. Yes, you're right, Charmaine. It is abuse, but then it's also not worth it for so many women. Because let's be honest, majority of them don't have it. And if they do have it, this is what's messed up about the court. Let's just say that. Okay, I'll put it to you this way. It, especially for a woman in poverty, and I'm talking more so about women that, Black women that I know or been acquaintance with or whatever the case may be, it's just not worth it. Because what ends up happening is if you put the man on child support, just because he's a man, he's going to have more credibility, meaning he can go around and scar your name. And that means a lot to a lot of single moms because we depend on our community. So like, for instance, if he has pull, like let's say from aunties that may be babysitting or, I depend on the grandmother or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. So many of them, after going through all of that, make it harder for you to build community. If it's even him showing up at places and acting a fool or whatever the case may be, for so many women, they have to weigh out their options when it comes to things like this, because it doesn't just, in other words, it's not enough money. Like for instance, if I put, let's say I have my ex-husband, I'm putting him on child support, and my daughter sees him every weekend. When I think about putting him on child support, I have to weigh out my options. It's going to make him angry. It may make him take it out on our daughter. She'll have less time seeing him, or you know what I'm saying? Like all of this support that I have. Let's say our families are intermingled. Like if I was married to him for a long period of time, like all of these things can happen. And so for so many women, they don't see nothing more than $250 a month. What's the point of creating all of that BS around $250 a month?
for so many women, they just weigh out their options. It's not just abuse. It's just for the fact of it's never that deep. Like the courts don't give you enough, and then it changes up so much of your income. Like it's just a lot. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what blows my mind. Like majority of women pass on doing it because we understand that these laws were written for men, by men, for men. So even though there is child support, they still give you the bare minimums anyway because it's for men. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we don't even win through child support. That's why I hate when they be like, the child support is a broke woman's sport. Are you crazy?
I be asking them the main question, like, how is
they delusional as hell because that's only a broke woman's sport. If you are a goddamn millionaire and you got to pay tens of thousands a month, that does not apply to the average Negro with the average income.
and I said that too.
Whenever they make that comment, they are delusional. They're stuck in this warped reality because they base their lifestyles on TV and celebrities, what they see them go through. Half of them that come on these panels and talk their trash, they've never set foot in family court. Not one time. They're going by what they heard their raggedy homeboys say, who've been dodging child support for years and tens of hundreds of thousands in the damn arrears, and people in the popo out looking for them.
Exactly.
Licenses and revoking their passports. And look, dummy.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, we'll be right back. I'm gonna restart it real quick.
All right, Jay.
All right. That's crazy. That's literally crazy. That's crazy. Man, I wish I had my main account back, but we'll get it back.
It's interesting.
I don't know what the heck they got going on. Oh, we got some men hating in my comments on my main page. Okay. I'll find y'all comments later and I'll go ahead and respond to them. Yeah. Okay. So I hold on, let me see something. Yo, TikTok it be going down, man. Them niggas talking about Derrick Jackson. Everything is Derrick Jackson. I mean, bro, get something else, bro. I got 2 ads. Okay, who responded? Nobody. Okay, nobody. Yeah, but these do Derrick Jackson. Okay. Every time when you defend women, it's Derrick Jackson, right? Because you have to be trying to get some box. I don't even flirt with y'all women. That's the funny part. I don't flirt with y'all women. I ain't sliding no woman's DMs, nothing like that. My wife has access to my phone. I just find it fun. My bio says I'm married to a beautiful black woman. Stay out my DMs. Everything. I've been doing this for 2 to 3 years on TikTok. Now YouTube I just started, but TikTok. I've been on TikTok for 2 to 3 years. Like I've been doing this, and yet y'all can't say nothing. Like what woman can say that I'm cheating on my wife? There is no woman outside of my wife that can say that I'm sleeping with her or nothing like that. But y'all want me to fall so bad. If I really let's say, bro, let's say I did want to cheat, right? Why would I even start off this whole journey saying I'm married? Wouldn't that ruin my chances, dumbass? You guys are idiots. Ever since I started my channel, I've been completely I am married. I'm not looking for any woman. I don't care about no other one. Now I care about your well-being, but I don't care to have intercourse with no other woman. I'm not here for a woman's box, nothing like that. I just simply don't like you niggas. But y'all can't, for some odd reason, they just can't accept the fact that I just don't like you. I don't like the fact that y'all talk bad about black women all day. I don't like that. I think that's weak. I think you soft. I think you sucker, soft and sassy, triple S. You know what I'm saying? But they can't handle it. There's no way, bro. There's no way you can be going this hard for women, bro. You can't be going this hard for women, bro. Bro, you talking about yourself, bro. No, I'm talking about y'all. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Yeah. And they know who I'm talking about. You feel me? Did I put that prompt in the right? Yeah, y'all like, come on, bro. Y'all like, let's not play the games. Let's not play the games here. Let's stop the BS. I don't understand why they say what. Just dumb, bro. Like, why would I? Darren Jackson. Yeah, man. Yeah, so black men hate black women. Them niggas hate black. Listen, bro. Them niggas hate black women, and I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna prove it. The moment in time you equate the moment in time you equate protection of women to intercourse, that lets me know you hate women, right there. Because I don't understand why they keep saying that stupid stuff. You hate, bro. You're like, my bad, y'all. I checked my main page and some dudes are saying Derek Jackson in the comments, so I had to go ahead and just laugh. My bad, y'all. I love when they say that though, because they have no proof. They have no proof. If I really wanted to pander, why would I say I'm married? Why would I start off my whole journey of calling you dusty ninjas out? Why ain't no woman said nothing on YouTube, I mean on TikTok, to say that, hey, me and Shannon been having intercourse for over the past 2 years. My wife got access to my phone. My wife know my password. I don't understand you niggas. Like, but they always they want something on me so bad. I just find it fun. I know y'all want me to fail so bad, bro. I get it, bro. There's no way a man can go this hard for black women, bro. Ain't no way you going this hard for black women. Yeah. What if I just didn't like you, nigga? I say it every time, bro. Y'all tap the screen, share the live. TikTok, tap the screen, share the live. I say it all the time. I just don't like y'all. That's the God honest truth. When I see men on a panel talking bad about women all day, I get mad. I start to say very derogatory terms, soft, sucker, and sassy. I'm just being honest. That's triple S. I think you're sweet because you never got nothing good to say. Imagine a world full of women as a man, and you ain't got nothing good. You ain't got a damn thing good to say about women, nigga. You think, bro? Come on, bro. I'm gonna say you bussy popping, and I don't care who that offends. You know what? I'll take that away. I'll take that away. I'll take that away. I'll take that away. I'll say you just don't like women. That's what I'll do. I'll say that. You about to warm up Jamaican food? That's a bet. I'll just say that. I would love for you and Cynthia G. I would love for you, Cyn G, and a YouTuber by the name of Everyone Hates Angel. That would be so awesome because you three together, me, Cynthia G, and Everyone Hates Angel. Who is Everyone Hates Angel? I know who Cynthia G is, but who is Everyone Hates Angel? Let me look that up. Yeah. So these black men hate black women. That's I stand completely firm by, because you can't, if you truly love something, you can't sit there and talk bad about it every day. I'm sorry. If your whole platform is talking bad about black women all day, you can't tell me that you love black women. And show me this love. KRG, how you doing? I mean KGR, my goodness gracious. Oh Lord, I got my volume down and everything.
Is that your backup?
Yeah, that's a backup. I get the main page back at Thursday early in the morning.
That's some shit.
Yeah.
I think the reason that black men, that they do hate black women, and it's not for a lot of the reasons other people point out. It's primarily because even though we started 51 years behind the starting line, we still laughed, y'all.
Okay.
And imagine that something that you were told was deemed inferior.
Mm-hmm.
lapped your ass beautifully, and did it better, and are still the most trustworthy, still the ones who know how to do the shit that needs to be done. Imagine how that would destroy your very sense of self. So they have to hate us because at one point they want to be us. And at another point, they know that they're actually inferior to us. They can't handle that shit. Men, y'all, not to no hate. You're a man. I'm married to one of those too.
I don't take offense to that.
Yeah, I'm married to a dude too.
Mm.
And it's the understanding that no matter what, Black women specifically will always find a way to do better. And these niggas with their head start still can't handle that shit. And that's why they only compete against us instead of competing against other men. I'm gonna land there.
Okay. I don't have a disagreement. Like,
Oh, I know, love
yeah,
that.
I agree.
Like, I talked to my husband about this shit, and people like say, "Sorry, I'm just like charging my phone. I'm
Oh,
sitting in the car
you're
because
fine.
it's warm-ish outside,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to pretend it's summer. Like, let
Mhm.
me live my life, okay? I need heat and I need sunshine in my life. But the thing that gets me is like, I talked to my husband about this shit, and he says the same thing. He's like, most men are so insecure. And they think that specifically Black men, because they don't get to participate in patriarchy the way that other men get to. They're afraid to compete against other men. They're afraid of their whitey daddy. And they look at Black women who are always resistant, who never acquiesce, and who don't fall, as how dare you do something we're not capable of or unwilling to do. And that's my big thing. So yeah, I want to hear from the peen havers.
What's it?
Manifest official.
Okay, yeah. Okay, you go ahead and speak, brother. My bad.
Okay. Well, statistically, he's inaccurate. Black men make more than Black women.
What does that have to do? What does that have to do?
Actually,
Wait,
if you
time
go-
out,
if you go
time out,
and
KJ.
Google it.
We're not talking about finance. We're talking about hatred.
Okay, if you're talking about
Hold on.
hatred,
Can I
Black
finish
men,
this
I don't
sentence?
think.
Black men only
Can I
Black
finish?
men
Ma'am,
No.
I sat and listened to you.
If you're going to
You can't give me the same respect.
You have
You
to
can't give me
acknowledge
that.
that
Can you not?
Black men
Are you going to give me
only
the same
earn
respect?
more
No,
than
no problem.
Black
I'll go on
women.
mute. I'll let you finish, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Hysterical. Oh my God, so hysterical. I was just pointing out Black men still only out earn Black women by less than $2,000 per year. That is abysmal, considering that if you compare yourself to white T men, they out earn their women by about $20,000. Asian men out earn their women by about $18,000. Hispanic men out earn their women by about $22,000. You out earn us by $2,000. That's not a flex, my nigga. And I would really look at how much less you earn than white men. Look how much less you earn than Asian men. Why don't you compare yourself to men? Why is your competition women? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to point that out.
You literally did. No, okay, no. Hold on. I was waiting again. Like I said, you were inaccurate. You didn't prove me not to be accurate. You said that you lapped us. To lap us would mean that you're earning more than us, and you don't. So that's all I'm stating is a fact. Okay. Second of all, Black men do not hate Black women. What has happened is you're listening to the people that's loudest in the room, and the people that's loudest in the room are the weakest in the room. Let me just share something with you. Okay, the Black men you're talking about are not even men, because man is a title of you earn that. Of course, when we were brought here, rites of passage. Yes, you earn that. When you become a man, you earn that from other men. Okay, you can be a 50-year-old boy because you still don't understand accountability nor responsibility. Please stop comparing males that have not qualified as men to boys. Okay, so you talk to me, you're talking to a king. Understand that. A king that understands.
You don't have
Wait, hold on, okay, Joe. Hold on,
finish.
hold on. It's
I'll
okay.
I'll
Okay.
let you go. Listen, you're talking to a king when you're talking to me.
King.
Take care of my kids, and I understand that I don't sleep around because every female is not qualified to carry my seed, nor is she worth my creative energy. You have to be able to carry a prince in your womb. If you are not, you have disqualified yourself. I don't have to compete with you because there is no competition. Michael Jordan don't look back and see who's following. He just leads. Okay, I was just stating something that you stated, and I just counterbalance some of that with some information from a king. Now, if you're going to address a king, address me appropriately. If you're going to address boys, then you can continue to speak.
Well,
I'll land my plane there.
I wanted to respond to that. So the prompt says these black men. They're still men, right? We can't keep allowing this. And I, there's a whole lot that I can say about that, but I want to have a respectful conversation. And if it gets spicy because testosterone starts showing, it is what it is. But they're men. Would you say Kevin Samuels was a man? That's a question.
Would I say Kevin Samuels is a man? I would have to know more about him. I don't know. All I know is from his talk shows and so on and so forth. So I don't know. But by the standards that me and other men I've spoken to that know about rites of passage and things like that, I don't know enough to make a statement on that. So I wouldn't make a statement on that. And
Okay.
I don't make global assessments.
Gotcha.
I assess men particularly.
Cool.
So I can't say globally that women feel like any woman on this panel because I've not met enough to make a global assessment.
Cool. So the black.
But I do know when you're talking about rites of passage. Okay, rites of passage is the ceremony that ushers boys into responsible men.
Said right. Okay, so I'll ask that
Rites
question.
of passage. You want to tell you what?
I'll ask the question later. So the black community as black men. I'll ask the question later, and you can explain that. We can have that discussion. Yeah. So the black community, black men specifically, do champion Kevin Samuels. The men collective. I don't know what space. I don't know what space you're in, but they do. So give me a second. They do say that he was a real one. They even called him the Godfather. We have a lot of men. We got a lot of men that would even call Anton Daniels a real man. There's a lot of men that would call Mr. Let Go a real man. There is a lot of men in our community that would call Future a real one. They would call not Angry Man, is another Angry Man a real man. So and these are forget Future, take him out of there. But the guys with these microphones, right? These guys, they have a huge audience, and men are actually going to them for advice, but they have some of the most disdainful and disgusting things to say about their sisters. Not only that, we can witness the hatred of black women within our own family. Now, when I get to saying own family, people like to do this anecdotal type situation. I'm not here for that. I'm talking about there is so many women in our families, maybe not yours specifically, but in our families, where women get essayed, raped, beaten, abused, whatever word you want to use, by their own men. And I understand crime is due to proximity, but you can understand the hatred manifests himself through actions as well. We have had men that have started whole hate groups against black women specifically. We had a dude in the gold mask, and there were dudes champion him. Hold on, fam. There were dudes champion him. He wanted to use the Bible to justify. I'm gonna use a fake word, genocide, because I can't say the other word because they go TikTok song, the world song. Genocide against black women because they're loud, masculine, angry, and all that stuff. So I never said all black men. I'm not gonna say that. But a lot of black men do hate black women. And a lot of black men have misplaced hatred for a lot of black men are upset with their father, but since their mother is in proximity of them, they lash out on their mother because they have misplaced anger because their father wasn't there, and we can see that, right? So even boys hating their mothers who are black, that is something that is happening in our community a lot. So much to the point where we keep talking about, well, the men need to get back in out. Listen, well, it will bring truth to what I'm saying. Boys will hate their mother, have misplaced anger on to their mother because their fathers did not stick around for them. Or it could be the other way. If y'all want to say that women kicking the man out the house, I ain't got time for it. But a lot of men ain't there for their children, and these kids have misplaced anger. So that is so for us to say that black men don't hate black women, that will be a totality statement. That's why I said these black men. There are a collective size group of black men that actually do hate black women, and we see that throughout our daily lives, whether it be the crime, whether it be documentaries, whether it be clear examples, rhetoric that's being pushed online. That is something that's happening. Now, another one question, because I do want to let Mr. Lean talk. I ain't gonna say your whole name, bro, because I can't pronounce it. But Mr. Lean talk right in a second. But this rites of passage, I heard this a lot. I ain't never had to cross no passage. So what did you actually mean by that? This to you, yes, sir.
Okay. Rites of passage, like I said, was ceremony in African culture, whereby the men of the tribe put the boy into manhood through certain tests and things like that. He had to pass, and once he does that, then he's able to take on a wife. He's able to function in men function. Until then, he's considered a boy, a young man, a child.
But I'm not African. I don't.
Okay, I understand. Okay. Most of everything you said, that doesn't conflict with anything I said. If you're talking about a certain segment, hate black women, I would acquiesce. I would say absolutely, no doubt about it. I still think those are the loudest, and so the loudest seems like the majority, and it is not so. It is not so. And the thing is, when you go back in the statistics and remember the whole concept of it, you have to understand that abused people abuse people. So when you understand the totality of the narrative that has been in this country since its formation and since we were brought over here and all of those things, you have to understand there is repercussions and there is consequences to being under that kind of oppression and that kind of pain. Okay, and so what happened was because we couldn't take it outside of our community, we forced it on our own selves. But we actually just looked in the mirror and just started hating ourselves. That's why many black people have black hate, and they don't, and subconsciously, because you got to remember, you have a culture, a whole community of people that has been under the stress of post-traumatic
slave syndrome.
Post-traumatic stress. Yeah, post-traumatic stress syndrome. So you're talking about a whole culture that is now under that. So you're going to see desolations in our community that you don't see in other communities because of those type of environmental pressures and things of that nature. Now, am I saying that certain black men don't hate black women? I will agree with you 100%, a certain number. But I say when you're talking about a total narrative, that's why I'm thankful that you stress these black men. And personally, and this is my personal preference, people can call whatever they want. I don't call every man just because he's a male at a certain age. I don't call him, nor do I attribute to him the attributes of a man. I don't do that. That's my standard. Everyone just has the right to their own standard.
One last question, because I know guys want to ask a question, then we got this other guy at the bottom, then we got to come back up to KGR. I got some people in the box. Just give me a second.
That's very good for me.
Okay, one last question. I done forgot the question. Okay, got it back. So what do we do with our grandmothers telling us the stories and the horrors that they had to experience back in the past when they couldn't vote and when they basically just had to have intercourse with the man. Basically had to just forced to clean. You got all these older, I mean old, goddamn me, sorry, person, old women who are speaking up, saying that this was their experience in that time. Not only that, I hate to bring the diaspora into it. UK women keep having the same experience with their quote unquote black men. African women are coming out to speak on their experiences with their culture of men. It almost sound like the same. I hate to quote Cynthia G, but the same black man narrative. I'm not even trying to say that it's majority. Might be half, but I am trying to specify that there is a lot. So I just can't. I have no way to frame it and say majority. However, all these different cultures of all different black people keep coming out to say the disdainful things that the men in their cultures are doing to them, and the things that they're saying, rhetoric, the way that they're living, the way they're being forced to do certain things. So I you know what I'm saying, I'm just saying it's a whole bunch. I don't want to minimize it to be like it's a small sector, because even historically we can see the damages that have come through the hands of men towards the women. Like marriage was not a great thing overall. It can very well be, but a lot of women suffered in their marriages, and they didn't always get a protector or a provider. Sometimes they get an abuser, manipulator, graper, right? And these are women who live with these stories to come out and tell these things. And it just seemed like it's the same black man narrative everywhere. I'm not even trying to pander. I'm just saying there's a lot of men out here that are manifesting their hatred in more ways than one. Remember everything I just said. I want to come up to Jazz, and then we're going to come back down to Mr. Lane. But don't worry, brother. I got you. You're going to come up and say, I got you.
Yeah, because I just wanted to respond real quick, but nah, it's okay if you want to go the other route. Because all I wanted to say to you is that, like I said before, the narrative has constantly been what people promote. That's what people believe. People are not promoting the black families where there is no abuse, where there is no pain, where they're not promoting that. They don't talk about those guys. It's like they don't talk about black engineers and black doctors and things like that. So people would think, especially even outside of the country, would think that the black community are a bunch of dancers, sports players, and things of that nature. I'm not a young man. I'm 62 years old. So I've seen it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, in my family, there was none of that kind of abuse. And so my narrative would be different because of what I've experienced. We don't have the money nor the power to control the narrative. So the narrative in this country was black destruction. The narrative in this country was blacks are less. The narrative in this country was we were more violent. It was a narrative that black men don't take care of their children. And yet, until just recently, remember the thing, oh, you are not the father and all this kind of stuff and all that kind of stuff. Because a lot of the narrative was in the 60s and the 70s was that they painted us in a certain light. Sanford and Son, he was a junk man. Good times, they lived in the projects. So these narratives, that narrative becomes truth if it's repeated enough. We act like we are in our own country and this stuff happens within ourselves, and it does not. It has been the environmental pressures that have been putting forth a narrative about the black community, and now we have come to believe it. I'm old enough to remember when we had Black Pride, we had some culture, we had with the afros and the dashikis and the pics and so on and so forth, and we had our own movies that was putting forth. Go and look at blaxploitation. If you go and look at blaxploitation movies, were there different violences and things like that? Absolutely, we were not perfect, but there were also black strength, black power, black unity, black intelligence, black positivity. And now today what has happened is now we are fighting against each other when the fight was never against each other. Yes, the narrative has been pushed forth that men are against black women and black women are against black men. And that not only encourages but it keeps the power structure the way it is. Because I'm fighting my brother, I'm fighting my sister is fighting me, and we are not even organized or together against the real problem, which is the narrative that's been put forth by our oppressor. And we are still being programmed that way. And all you have to do is just go through TikTok, and you'll see it every single day. That same narrative that's put forth.
I'm sorry.
Am I playing there?
I'm sorry, Sons. First of all,
Okay.
for your age group, sir, there is a level of denial that you are not willing to acknowledge, and that's very clear. You're saying, yes, back in the day, Black Pride was so much more, it was ambiguous. It was so much more socially acceptable. It was a thing. I have a grandmother that's older than you, and I listened to her stories since I was a child. My grandfather was a Muslim Black man. He followed Malcolm X. He attended his lectures. I witnessed a lot of things growing up that I knew was not normal, despite all of those things. I said that to say, you're not the only person that has seen things. You're not the only person that has experienced people in those spaces from that era. We learned from those people that we still grew up seeing things that were questionable, and that was not love, and that was not healthy, and that was extremely toxic. And you can't say that your family never experienced such a thing. Your immediate family, yes, maybe you can say that, but you were not present for what your great grandmother went through, and so on and so forth. A lot of those women did not go through their lives expressing their stories. A lot of those women literally took that to their grave because they didn't want to hurt other people's feelings. They didn't want to damage their children's images of their fathers. But a lot of those women carried a lot of hurt and a lot of pain and a lot of violence that they experienced at the hands of the men that were supposed to protect and provide for them and their children. And that was because they had no choice. It's not because marriage was just so much more valued and so much better and the men were so much better. That's not what that was. A lot of those women suffered in silence. And because they suffered in silence, we're expected to suffer in silence. And in 2025, women are not doing that. We're simply not. Now, you want to paint it as something being promoted that we're choosing to believe as opposed to it being a reality that we ourselves have experienced or witnessed our parents experience or our grandparents experience or our friends and other family members experience. You can't take that from us. We've seen it. We've experienced it, or somebody very close to us has experienced it, which is why we don't have to involve statistics in it. A piece of paper did not have anything to do with my perception of society and Black men. Black men did that. They did that entirely. The piece of paper, if anything, it just shocked me that it was way worse than what I initially thought in the first place. Because it's hard to, it's not an easy pill to swallow that 1 in 4 women are SA at some point in their life. And the same for children. That's not something that somebody's promoting. That's not a little story that people are choosing to believe. It's not a tall tale. It's something that people have lived. I have multiple family members that have been SA'd by family members. A piece of paper didn't have to convince me of that. And it was at the hands of what? Black men. So I would like for you to think twice before you say this is just something that's being spoon-fed to us as if we're stupid and brainless and mindless and we don't have any of our own experiences and others' experiences that we witness to compare to those things. And as far as Black men being taught that you guys aren't, I guess, all doctors or whatever, listen, again, that's something that you guys have displayed to the world. There is no mass amount of Black men owning land. That's not an opinion, that's a fact. Despite the reasonings, sir, despite the reasonings, and that's not true, he did say that. Despite the reasons, again, Black women went through these things with you, okay? Yet, they're still getting their degrees at higher rates. They're still creating businesses at higher rates. They're still taking care of house and home. They're still exceeding these levels and these obstacles with children to take care of. and yet Black men are still seemingly stagnant in our era and in our age ranges. So statistics don't really have anything to do with that. That is what we are witnessing ourselves. We're witnessing Black men not putting as much value in marriage as women are. It's embarrassing. It's very sad. And you say that it's an accurate statement. Again, unless you date men, unless you have been married to a man, unless you can get impregnated by a man, your opinion, sir, on the matter, honestly, is not very relevant, because you're only going to go by what other men have said to you, not what you have experienced or what you've seen other women experience. You've seen other women experience these things. It's not, again, it's not something that somebody's spouting from a soapbox and then we're just being, brainwashed to believe that that's our reality. No, these are realities that we have experienced and that we witness other people experience, and we see it reflect in our community. So it's safe to say that it's accurate, that most households do not have present active fathers. It has nothing to do with couples not being married. It's absent fathers, period. Because there's too many men that believe that you have to be under the same roof to be a father that's worth a damn, and that's not true. They make that decision because they feel like they have no control anymore when they're not living under the same roof. So you're saying it's inaccurate, but again, there are plenty of women on this line right now that can attest to be experiencing that, or have lived that, have fathers that are like that, or have witnessed their grandfathers being that way. So just because it's not you can't speak for all men. You cannot speak for all of society. Plain and simple. You're not always right. Your age is irrelevant. So go ahead, Thomas.
Hold on, Tom. Psalms. Hold it for a second. We're gonna let him respond in a minute, but we do have Mr. Lean who's been sitting up here for a minute. Brother, go ahead.
Hey, how you doing? You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, I wanted, I'm listening to everyone's views, and respectfully, thank you for bringing me on the panel as well.
No problem.
It's, I don't want to see bias situation of what's going on. It seems like it's like an outer cry, like with women and also with men. A lot of Black men just want to be kind of understood, and women want to be understood as well. So what I'm saying by that is Black women, what they associate themselves as far as like the empowerment of them being educated, them having things, or them even doing for themselves with their independency, and saying they don't really need the Black man, or or it has to be a prominent Black man that can be on their level or a higher anarchy than what they already have. So the men that's around, they're no good. Yes, men, we do have to learn. Yes, men, we do have to step up. But that's not every man. You understand? Some men, we learn from experiences. Some men don't have other men that's in their corner. And some men do want to, as far as the what's going on in the world, they talk to other men. But you can't really teach. Men can teach men, yes, but that's only if men are willing to listen. Whether they're young boys. So that, in the retrospect, it's crazy because it's like a weighing scale. Nothing's balanced anymore. I hear the women, they're asking for a certain man, but then it's like the white T man did it right. You understand?
No, I
what I'm saying, the white T man did it right. It's like a comparison to me. What I see, because every time I get on the panel, I see with the women, that's all they talk about. Like, no man can actually either outdo them, or no man can actually reach their social status to what it is. You're not a top earner to them, or like we're being compared to a Pookie or Ray Ray. I was married. I did things the right way. My parents may not, but I was also a stand-up guy. But still, it's like a lot of men out here, they getting flack for being that guy. I'm not the guy on the corner. I was, but when you know, it had to grow. And not about young men out here. You know what I mean? They haven't reached that level of being a man because of the social standards. You gotta be a Future. You gotta be a Thug. You gotta be like a T Grizzly. That's what the media. That's what they're idolizing. Especially with the younger women. You had to have a hustler's ambition. You know what I mean? A mentality. That's being told. It's really genocide. What's really going on right now?
Can you
You
please
understand?
use TikTok friendly language? That's one. No, we don't.
I'm
understand what
sorry.
you're saying.
All right. It's
We don't understand what you're saying, and I'm going to say this to you as nicely as I can. Women don't need to wait for men to catch up. Men just need to catch up and step the fuck up. Men obviously aren't teaching each other shit because y'all are failing and flailing. You all expect women to build you up, allow you to stomp on our necks, and then sit there silently as you continue to harm us until you figure out your lifestyle, until you figure out how to be grown ups. And then Mr. I'm Manifest or whatever the shit your name is, you're sitting there calling yourself a king of what fucking kingdom? You run nothing. You own nothing. You have nothing. You are not in charge of anything. Therefore, you cannot be a king because a king needs a kingdom and you don't have that. So expecting women to acquiesce to your positions is absolutely asinine, especially at your big ass age. And Mr. Lean, no hate. This is not hatred. This is absolute love. Stop expecting women to pick up your slack. Jazz literally sat there and pointed out Black girls specifically have one of the highest rates of SA and molestation of any other group of girls in this country. Okay? Black girls specifically are more likely to be molested or sexually assailed by the time before they reach the age of 18. That's 1 in 3. 1 in 3 Black girls will be essayed before the age of 18. And it's done by a Black man, either related to them or closely connected to them. So before you sit there talking about men have it hard. No, what's wrong with you guys is that you're mad that women are actually calling you on your shit. Grow up. If you sit there, men can only teach men. Obviously, the men of the last generation are shit. Because as we have here, a 60-plus-year-old man is showing how shitty they were. Not understanding, of course, he doesn't know if there was any abuse or harm done in that because he didn't take the time to speak to his grandmother, his mother, or any of those women to determine whether or not, or to listen to hear what they had to say about the fact that they were 14 years old, marrying a 30-year-old man. They don't listen. You all idealize a time period that never truly existed for the Black community. And then you guys want to cosplay patriarchy and cosplay white men when you have not done anything to do so. You want to cosplay white teen men without any of the responsibility and then rely on the effort and work of Black women to make you all whole. You all are so delusional. Calling yourself a king does not make you a king. Being a king means that no one has to tell you you're king, asshole. Guess what? Kings don't need to tell people they're kings because everyone knows they're the king because they have a kingdom. And when I hear this from you men, and all I can say is that you all are so weak. You are so weak. You are so childish. And you are so entrenched in this viewpoint that your dick determines your value. You don't understand that women aren't trying to have power, blah, blah, blah. Women want to be treated like people. We're whole human beings. We don't need you all for anything for real. We are whole humans, and we should be treated with the respect that comes with being humans. And when you're talking about feats of rites of passage, most of the time those rites of passage were circumcision rites, where they circumcised you without any type of medication. And you had to sit there and endure it without crying or screaming. That is what a rite of passage looked like. So unless y'all want to go get cut at the age of 14, then shut up. Why not focus on the fact that Black boys have a lower rate of literacy? Why not focus on the fact that Black males perpetuate harm against Black women to the point that it's called femicide, which is a national health crisis? Why aren't you all fighting against your own oppressors instead of shitting on us? Why do you spend so much time licking white men's dicks instead of standing up and fighting for your people? Y'all are too afraid to fight the white team man, so you just want to stomp down on Black women. And now you're shitting your pants because we're doing better. You're bragging about earning 2K more than us when every other group of men out-earns their women by no less than 25%. Niggas, step the fuck up. I'm gonna land there. I'm sorry for my language. I apologize.
All right. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Reset. Mr. Lean, were you done?
I'm gonna be honest with you. No sentiments toward the sister that was just talking. I do understand. I just think, to be honest with you, it's just a big disconnect. As far as the statistics show about the essays, yes, it does happen in communities. I don't think it's just the BLK community. I think it's every community, so to speak.
But we're not.
It's just that a lot of things just swept under the rug.
We're talking about the LK community. Other communities are relevant right now.
No, I understand that. The BLK community don't even believe in therapy, so to speak.
Well,
Yes,
No,
Black
the Black, yeah, I'll give them that was an accurate statement. Black men do not believe in therapy.
but Black women do.
Yeah.
No, Black women do not.
Yeah,
You
black.
know,
Okay, well,
Actually, it's
well, well, hold on. Time out.
No, you don't. You spirit a bunch of inaccuracies. You
Nigga,
spirit your
I go to
anger.
therapy.
You spirit your emotion.
Hold on, Jazz. Let it go. Let it go.
You're single
I
and
will
you're sad
continue.
looking for an
I will
young woman
continue
to
to
take
call
care of
you my sister because I will not be
Call
disrespectful.
me your sister.
I
Do
will
not call me your
continue.
sister.
I will continue
not
to
your
call you my
sister.
sister.
All right, cool.
When you
So
said,
hold on. We can run it.
You can take that. You're not my sister. Here's the
Hold on. Pause. Okay, so I understand some things were said. If you want to respond to KGR, I will let you do that, but I can only let that run so long, and then we got to get back to the prompt. If you want to respond to KGR and have y'all live back and forth for a second, I will let you run it. However, Black women do go. I don't know the percentage of all Black women. I'm not going to throw that in. However, Black women do go to therapy more than Black men. But let's take it further. Women go to therapy more than men in general. Since everybody keep wanting to bring in, the other communities, women in general go to therapy more than men. Black women go to therapy more than Black men. So to say that they don't believe it, now, if you want to say it's only a small percentage, that small number, whatever it is still bigger than, it's still bigger than Black men, bro. So we would need to step up and go to therapy more. We have some issues, but I've always heard, therapy is a tool to keep the Black man down. And what I look like venting to another man about it's just stupid shit. But listen, Mr. Lean, I'm gonna mute you up real quick. We have another brother up here, and I'm gonna let KGR and Mr. whatever, my brother, I can't say your name. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I'll let y'all have y'all little back and forth for a minute, and y'all can exchange viewpoints. But give me a second.
No problem, my sir. No problem. I'll wait. Go ahead.
Just give me a second. I just want the other brother right here. And if you find offense at the name brother, then just say you're not my brother. I don't give a damn. Mr. LWG, I'm not calling you daddy, bro. I'm just not gonna do that. Mr. Zen.
These guys use TikTok friendly language, even with the back and forth. We don't want to get Ben live in trouble, so be mindful of that.
Oh yeah. Hey, can you hear me, bro?
Yes, sir, I can.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, you can call me JR, bro.
JR,
yeah,
okay. I got you. I respect you. I got you.
Yeah, I forgot this TikTok name with this. But nah, I definitely want to shout, and jump on.
Y'all tap the screen, share the live, support the panelists, me, anybody, it don't matter. Just support the panel. Go ahead, brother. My bad.
Nah, you are good, bro. I just want to tell y'all I appreciate y'all for having this type of conversation too. It's kind of fire, to be honest with you. A lot of people don't like to have these tough conversations though. So, you know what I'm saying? Big salute to the women out there that's really out here trying to voice their opinions and really talk to the men. Good thing for the men too that really want to sit there and talk back though. But yeah, you know, all right, Wade, if you want me to get into it, I can right now, but I, you know what I'm saying, it's up to you.
What did you ask?
Well, I'm saying if you want me to get into the prompt, I'm down for the prompt.
You can get into the prompt, and if there's a person you want to address, you can, but go ahead and address the prompt. How do you feel about the prompt?
Yeah, so the prompt is very direct. You know what I'm saying? I definitely like it, but I definitely think it's inaccurate. I think it's not black men hate black women. I think men in general, right? I don't think they actually like women. That's me personally.
Okay.
I definitely think that. I don't think we appreciate women. I don't think we value women, you know, and I'm not saying that's wrong or right. I'm just saying I think a lot of men don't really see women outside of a sexual necessity.
Can you explain the last thing? I'm sorry, I was with you. Can you explain what you mean it's not wrong or right? I just what you mean?
Well, I'm saying wrong and right is subjective, right? So however you feel is right, or whatever you feel is wrong, it's up to you.
Okay.
But ultimately, yeah, you know, if you want to, you know, like a woman, that's up to you. If you think that's right, if you don't want to, that's up to you. You're your own person, you know. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm rocking with it though. Like I said though, I think we have I don't think it's completely a problem though, but I don't think a lot of women care about being liked by men in that sense, right? So I think that's why they're upset that or thinking that black men hate black women. But really, I don't think a lot of these men just don't like women in general. They really don't. I don't mean it in like a sexual way, but I mean it in like if you think about it, if a woman, and again, I know a lot of women lose slack for this, but if a woman didn't have a vagina, how many men would actually want to go talk to her, want to know who she is, want to understand her, you know, like we don't even do that to like guys on the street, you know what I'm saying? We don't do that. We have to have a similar interest when it comes to like financial involvements or when it comes to anything that's going to be selfishly progressive to ourselves though. But ultimately, yeah, I don't think men like women, bro.
Okay, you're using a word. You're using a word, and I'm not being disrespectful. You're using the word like, right? Yeah. I literally mean hate. So like hate is a very strong word.
Yeah.
Right. So when you hear men say stuff like black women have done more harm to black men than any white man, that's a hateful statement. Because that's not historically true. You know what I'm saying? When you hear black men say that black women are hyenas, when you hear black men call black women bitches, that's a female dog. And if you know the origin, I'm not, you know what? I'm sorry. I don't have time to give people a historical lesson on how black women became bitches. If you want to go look at that, you go look that up yourself. But it's a fine read, right? It's a fine read. That is hateful because you're referring to her less than a human. You're referring to her that of an animal. And remember, white men used to call us primates. So I don't think you wouldn't want to be called a primate, but you'll call women, not you. When I say you, don't think I'm talking about you, but because I don't know you. But you'll call women in general bitch, right? Stuff like that. So when I say hate, and not only that, I'm looking at the way that our thoughts, I don't like this word, but how our thoughts manifest out of our hatred or disdain towards the very women in the proximity of us, grandmother's story, mama's story, the children's story. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that right there. And then if you look at how many men are not in the household. Now, that whole study that y'all try to give that black men are the most active father, that's not what I'm talking about. If you look at the misplaced anger of the child when his dad is not there, he takes it out on his mother. His hatred for his father turns around and becomes hatred for his mother, but she's just there. There's nobody else for him or her. And I'm not rationalizing people. I'm just telling you what it is. Since people ask me the question, like, well, how do you think? It's a simple answer. The children hate the mom because the dad's not there. So therefore, it's misplaced anger.
I think you got it wrong a little bit there. I understand
Go
what
ahead.
you're saying.
Oh,
I do.
which part did I get wrong? All of it, or which part would you like to address?
Like in my mind, when you said that, I go to, you know, anybody who makes it in life.
Which part are you addressing?
The whole the hate the mother. It goes to hatred towards the mother, right?
Okay.
I see it, and when I see people getting awards or they get money or they win something, a championship, whatever it may be, they always say, buy my mama a house. They don't ever say, you know, buy my father a house. They don't ever say nothing like that. I see a lot of people always buy my mother a house. Do this for my mother. Definitely, again, the NBA, NFL, black successful men that gets money, they always buy my mama this, give my mama this, whatever it may be. So I don't really see a lot of the black hatred when it comes to your mother. Me personally, I think it's more of the expectation that black men have for black women, which is expecting them to be their mother. And then when they don't live up to that standard, that's when you see a distaste and or disappointment and or fall off of affection for black women.
Your second statement, I completely agree. I think a lot of men do want, they're not looking for wives, they're looking for somebody to look at. I completely agree with that part. The first part can be either or, because I do see what you're saying by those men who reach it and be thankful that their mama stayed. But then you also have the other side of those men, of those boys who actually grow up to hate women and actually hate their mom because of their dad, even the child lashing out against their mom. What did you do to make my dad leave? Why my dad ain't here? Stuff like that. So those type of stories, I'll give you half and half right there. But the second statement, I agree. I agree on that part. Anyway, well, let me pause you up, because I'll pause you up and we'll come back down to you. And there is another person in the box. Give me a second. Yeah. Base man, you're not coming up, because all you're going to do is start talking about weave, lashes, nails, and bonnets. I ain't got time. Give me a second. KJR, you can go. I will let you and whatchamacallit have a little exchange, but you wanted to answer something.
Okay, so when you're talking about supposedly successful men just because they financially reach some sort of thing.
Who are you addressing? Okay,
Log.
the other guy. Okay, got you.
Yeah,
All
Log.
right.
So with Log, the thing is, when you're talking about those men, that is a tiny percentage of men in this
That's
entire.
inaccurate, sister. That's inaccurate.
No,
Wait,
it's
hold-
not. It's
Hold
actually
on. Manifest. She addressing that dude right now. But I got you in the next few minutes. I will let y'all have y'all little 5-minute exchange. But she's addressing him. So even if it's inaccurate, just hold off until y'all have y'all exchange. Just for a second, brother. Thank you. Go ahead.
Less than 0.05% of people ever make it into things like the NBA, NFL, or and professional baseball, any of that. Less than 0.05%. So that is a tiny percentage. So we can't utilize them as the baseline. Oh, well, because LeBron said he's going to buy his mom a house. That is not an accurate assessment of how men treat their mothers. The more accurate viewpoint of how men treat their mothers would be how men treat partners, or men who go around, have children, and don't marry the mothers. That is a more correct assessment, and that would be 70%. And we're going to go by that. That would be the vast majority. So instead of utilizing a tiny minority as your litmus test, let's look at the actual majority, which is 70%, who choose not to partner with the people who birth their children. So that would be how I would look at that. As far as manifest goes, sir, you are over 60 years old. You are over 60. You are a boomer. You are the product of the silent generation 9 times out of 10, which means your parents were either one generation or half a generation out of slavery. You have very little room to talk about how people treat people when abuse was the norm within our culture. I want to point out that the reason I truly believe that we see lower marriage rates within the Black community is that it became socially unacceptable for grown men to marry children. And if we look at the average age of Black women when they were getting married in the late 1800s, 1900s, 1930s, whatever, they were children marrying grown men. So maybe it's because you all have a pedophilic feeling. And that's how I'm going to look at it. Because you cannot sit there and try to say, Grandma was a good woman when she was 13 years old marrying your 40-year-old granddaddy. She wasn't a woman, she was a child. And that is my problem. Ignoring Black femicide is ridiculous because Black girls and Black women are the most likely to unalive during pregnancy. Not just from giving birth because of medical racism, but because of actual unalivement done by the partner. So please stop saying Black men care about Black women when you all are absolutely okay with unaliving us when we're carrying your children. You are absolutely fine with unaliving us at any point in time it's inconvenient. And then you blame us for your inaction. Oh, well, she won't let me see my kid. Nigga, go to court. Because what you're actually upset about is not that you can't see your kid. It's that you can't drop in and play daddy whenever it's convenient for you. And that she set up boundaries and rules around seeing said child. And that is what you're upset about. Black men in general have this lack, and I will say Black women do need to be held accountable for this. We have coddled Black men to the point they act like white tea women. Black men and white tea women are on par with their entitlement, lack of accountability, and victim complex. And expectation of Black women to always clean up their messes. That is what I see. And that is also Black women's fault. I will say that. We are responsible for coddling y'all niggas. Y'all sit there and expect someone to drudge. You want to harm us. That is your test. Oh, she's not a rider unaliver. She won't let me beat on her and cheat on her and have 6 babies on her, so she ain't a real one. Nigga, you don't have a job. Why would I sit there with that? I see this as a Black woman married to a Black man. So when I hear this shit from y'all, even my husband, he's sitting literally on the couch and he's like, these niggas are serious. He is literally looking at you all like, this is the problem. Y'all are the problem. I swear to God, if my son ever behaves like this, I will take his ass out. I will not allow my son to be this type of shitty nigga. I will never allow that shit. And I think if more Black women had that mentality, we'd be in a better position. But y'all too busy cosplaying white tea supremacy and patriarchy, but you don't have the money, the balls, or the backbone to stand up to do it. So I'm just going to say that.
Okay, so the little back and forth will not be had because he said he had to go. He had left a comment. So he had to go. Okay.
Blood pressure. He had to go see his nurse. His old ass.
All right. So who wanted to?
That I sent in IG.
Huh?
Did you get the screenshot that I sent on IG earlier?
No.
Because this would perfectly fit this topic. Just throwing it out there.
No, I did not check my Instagram DMs. Okay. I'll pull up that screen on the computer. All right. So commercial check. I don't know who making all that noise. Jazz, mute yourself real quick. All right. So anyway, commercial break. Quick commercial break. Y'all tap the screen, share the live, support the panel. I appreciate y'all sending gifts to everybody on the panel, especially KGR, Jazz. Jazz is a model of mine. Anyway, that Cash App, not mine, not the Channel 3K, but the other one that is Jazz's Cash App. So ladies, if you would like to donate to her because she goes out and helps the homeless, and she also helps women that's in DV shelters. I think that's how you say that. Yeah, DV shelters. Because she was also in one. She does prepare meals and help get meals to those women and the kids there. So if you would like to send some change that way, feel free to hit the Cash App that is above these Black men. How can I say H8TE Black women, right? So women, support Jazz if you can. This ain't all about me. That's a partner of mine. So support her if you would like. Anyway, tap the screen, share the live. LWG, you had wanted to respond. I saw you unmute your mic.
Yeah. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the blue screen didn't come up, so I didn't know if I was talking. Yeah, most definitely. KGR, that was beautifully put. I mean, of course, I disagree wholeheartedly, though, but I do understand where you're coming from. I don't know. Actually, I do know, but when you say these things about Black men, right, and you put us all together, of course, I'm assuming you're speaking in generalities, which I can respect, because but I just want you to think about the way you're talking about Black men, right? Anybody could say, well, dang, you hate Black men. And they can say, well, Black women hate Black men. Even though what you're doing is corrective criticism, what you're doing is telling that very awful truth. And I won't call it truth, but it's definitely a very semi-accurate perception. And then with that accurate perception, people can fold into that and be like, man, you really don't like Black men, you hate them. And really, that's not what you're doing. And I think that's what a lot of Black men have misunderstood, is that all because we expect differently from y'all as Black women, or because we have different standards for y'all, and that's personal, that now we hate y'all. And I don't think that's true. If I came on and I said the same stuff about like how you spoke about Black men, if I was like, man, all you Black women this and all you Black women that, you would think I hate Black women. But what if I'm just trying to look out just like you're trying to look out for us? So like, how does that?
Hold on. KJ, I promise I will let you respond. I'm not gonna call her sister. She don't like that. I will not.
Just not that nigga that was underneath me.
I will let you respond to that, brother. Hold your question. Let me let C Rich get in real quick, and then we're gonna come back. I'm gonna let KJR respond to that.
Yo, what's up, Shaq?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. I'm just gonna start by put my 2 cents in, and I'm gonna be kind of nice as I can. Black men hate Black women because Black women are getting their stuff together, and they're not complaining about it. But Black men want to blame everybody for their issues. Black men want to blame their friends, their family. Black men want to blame the white people, the government, but we don't blame ourselves. They hate in general, Black men hate Black women because they're happy. Black men hate, like, why do we have to go to another race to disrespect Black women?
Okay.
Why do we have to not just go to another race, but we like to put their business out on the internet? Oh, you gotta wear fake eyelashes, fake weed, fake makeup, but instead of supporting them, how many times has Black women said throughout the years, hey, get your shit together before things get happening? Now look at the world now. They hate Black women so much women don't even want to have kids. The birth rate is going down at a tremendous. So, like, I'm not gonna say they hate their mother. They'll talk about Black women so much that some of these men are scared to say, hold on. Let me sorry. I was drinking water. Black men hate Black women so much. They don't argue with a Black woman. Oh, you don't need to wear this. Oh, yeah, you wearing all this. But when the last time Black men hold other men accountable? When's the last time Black men protect Black women? When's the last time Black men been nice to Black women? I'm not speaking for all, because there are some Black men that do honor their woman. How come Black men can't have an honest conversation without mentioning women? Like, we did this to ourselves. Now Black women are saying, guess what? Did you want your cake and ice cream? Here you go. Black men hate Black women so much that Black men did not want to see a Black woman become president. They had all the credentials. So at the end of the day, if it doesn't apply to you, let it fly. Like, when will men ever start blaming themselves for issues? When will men ever say, you know what, I'm the one that's fucking up. Let me get my life together. Let me go to therapy. Let me be mentally, emotionally, spiritually sound. We hate Black women so much that We don't even care about how degrees. We don't care about how much money you make. We should start caring about that stuff, man. Like, you know, I get it. I get it. But not all black women like that. Black women are the one that's holding us down. If there was no women on this world today, a lot of us black men will make it. A lot of black men will not make it. So we feel we gotta. If women are saying, you know what, they wipe their hands clean. Guess what? You're on your own. You're on your own. We gotta start giving black women more respect. They're the ones that get out here to take the kid to school, take the kid to doctor's appointment. When has black man done that? When has black man went to the schools and checked on the kid, not just for bad, but for good? When has black men took their kid to football practice, basketball practice? One time he's showing up for something it was something good when his football graduated. And we gotta stop telling black women that, like, I'm a black man, bro, and I love my black women. But brother, we gotta grow the fuck up. We have to grow the fuck up. Because at the end of the day, when women say, you know what, y'all want to be the leaders, the protectors, and providers, here you go. Keep me out of it. Well, I'm gonna land right there, Shannon, though, man.
Okay, I wanted to go. Okay, I appreciate that, man. You can stay up. Just mute your mic. Now, I gotta ask, because brother, I really do want to have the conversation, LWG, and you've been very respectful, bro. And I appreciate that, because you know a lot of time I get bandits. But no, but on a serious note, I will let KGR respond to you in a second. But I did have a question. When you said that this what does this looking out for black women, what does that look like? Like when you were saying that, you know, we have different requirements for black women, and we just trying to look out, like, what were you saying? And I won't let nobody interrupt you because I want to get clear context on what did you mean? How does that look? Because I don't know if you're referring to the manosphere. What do these standards look like? Because I'm just confused. So what does that look like? You have different requirements, standards, and looking out. Like, can you explain what that may be coming from a brother?
So look, I can, me personally, I was thinking more of like the relationship aspect of it, right? I truly believe that a lot of women don't understand men, not just black men or black women or black white women, white tea or none of that. I just think women don't really understand men because they never had to. They don't pursue us, right? So in that sense of a man trying to be understood, I think that's just their way. I don't think, you know, men are more direct, we're more confrontational. So of course, the way we say it might be a little more blunt. But personally, I do think that men are trying to look out by saying these things about what we do like, what we don't like, what our expectations are, what we feel like would be complementary to where we're trying to go. You know, again, a lot of women would say, well, I'm looking for a partner, but, you know, I hear that. I wish I could believe it. At the end of the day, they want a man that's bigger than them, better than them, stronger than them, smarter than them, make more money than them, everything about them. And if I have to live up to that type of expectation, then yeah, I mean, I would hope you know what I want too in a woman. And then that right there is trying to look out. And a lot of these women are saying, hey, I want a man. So of course I would think it's more like looking out. But again, that corrective criticism comes off a little bit different, because if I say something that women don't like, man, you hate women, man, you a massage, that word,
I don't.
man, you.
I don't. Well, I hope that they don't do that over here, but we'll see. I haven't seen that in the comics yet. But keep talking.
Yeah, well, I'm saying though, the way she's saying it, right, with KGR, which again I respect her wholeheartedly because she's really, you know, coming from a place of love though. And when she says these things, if I didn't have this understanding mindset, I would be like, yo, you hate black men. You just hate us. You hate us for what we do, what we've been through, what we're going through, how we move, what we like, what we don't like. You hate us for who we are. But that's not what it is. Is she sees that we could be better than who we are. And that's why, and I feel like men are doing the same thing to some of these women. We feel like you could be better for that relationship aspect. Now, when it comes to life, I wouldn't take advice from a man as a woman like out of nowhere. If a man's gonna tell you the truth, and again, I only believe that women should listen to fathers and brothers because those are the only men that don't want to have sexual access to you know, unless they're
I'll
yeah, but you know what I mean.
Maybe if we said hopefully, you know, majority of fathers and brothers, I could understand that, but we keep going. Keep going. Is that what were you ending right there, or did I interrupt by accident?
A little bit, but
okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah, I just again, like I said, it's just that's just the way I believe that we're looking out for them. It specifically is we're gonna give you the unflattering truth, just like y'all are gonna give us the unflattering truth. It's just our unflattering truth is we hate Black women.
But you haven't given me an example of what that looks like. What give me an example of what we are saying to the woman to look out for. Like you find this example online, in public, like tell me what we will be saying to the woman. What you
I'm talking about, again, like I said, I say criticism in general though of how we want our woman. If we say, oh, C35 was like, we need to like women who are more educated and got good money and a job and stuff. And to me, I'm like, yo, sorry to say it, but you're asking us to care about something we don't care about. You're asking us to, but we don't, and you want us to make us care about it. So when a woman sits there and you get to know her, she's like, I got all this. If you tell her, look, I don't really care about none of that stuff. Now, saying how you're a horrible person, whatever it may be, you look down upon.
No, I don't think that's how that would go. Okay, let's take that example. There are women that I gotta contextualize this information that's being. Okay, bro, stop unmuting your mic, please. I'll let you talk, but damn, men be the ones disrespecting women with their degrees. Be like they're educated, they got a degree, they doing all this. So I'm trying to understand, but why don't we got to ask ourselves eventually, why don't we care about education? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because education would mean more income, and our income as Black men don't really increase until you get with a woman. We benefit in marriage. Women don't benefit. And well, yeah, I gotta be stiff.
Black women do not benefit in marriage to Black men. Overall, if a Black woman marries a Black man, and this is according to Brookings and Pew, a Black woman is more likely to end up going down the economic ladder than up.
Yeah.
I was trying to be sweet, y'all. She wasn't gonna let me. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I was trying to come off my high horse and be a little sweet and be like, but KJR gonna come with smoke, and it's all good. No, but seriously though, like, that there are certain things that we don't actually, like you said, care about, but we should care about it, because especially in today's economy in America, we don't have the luxury of not caring about finances. Like, we got to be honest, like, you can't make it on 50,000, fam. Like, in the next 3 years, you're not going to be able to make it. You're poor. You're barely making it, right? So it's certain things. And now when you say women don't understand men, I think women personally, I think women understand men more than men understand men. I think we don't understand ourselves, because we don't get time to know us. And I'll explain that with just by this. We easy. We can say women easy all day long. We easy, bro. The first piece of tail that walks by, we do this and walk that way. When we talk about standards, we don't have standards. Let me explain that. We tell women how they should operate and move and all this, that, and the third, but we don't. You know what? I'll make it like this. Because I'm trying not to make people mad. I understand that I'm controversial and sometimes I get a little spicy, but I'm really enjoying the peace that's here. You know what I'm saying? Satan's not here today. Standards. And y'all forgive me. we have made it to where black women have to hold us up to a standard, fam. I don't even know how we call ourselves men anymore. Because when we say women need to do this in order for us to do this, women need to close their legs in order for us to stop having intercourse. Women need to cover themselves in order for us not to be tempted. Women need to do X, Y, and Z in order. It's like, fam, we can't call ourselves men no more if we need a woman, right? And I'm just speaking from a patriarchal lens, right? The leaders. So y'all forgive me, because I know some of y'all ain't on it. It's fine. But I'm speaking from the patriarchy. I'm addressing it in that realm. So you gotta be smart enough to handle the conversation. You can't call yourself a leader if somebody else has to hold you up to a standard. A woman has no power over you. All you got to do is say no. You can set your own standards and follow your own standards and not fail your own standards. But we keep saying, dang, if y'all would just close y'all legs, the community would get better. If y'all would just get married, the community get better. Okay. If y'all stop cheating, if you practice discipline, right? If you go to therapy, why the fuck do we ignore therapy? I'm sorry for cursing, y'all. If you go to therapy and work out these inner issues, you wouldn't have all this baggage to bring in relationships. Stop looking at a woman as your mother, because that's what a lot of us say. A lot of us say when we looking for a wife or a girlfriend or whatever, right? Because I don't know what y'all people into nowadays, poly, marriage, whatever. That we look for our first representation of a wife or a person in a relationship to be our mother. And that's stupid. And I don't know, because I don't know how to take that as a good thing or a bad thing, because a lot of mothers suffer with the father because she's stuck in the confinements of a house, just cooking, cleaning, and losing her identity and taking care of kids. And if that's all you seen is that how she just took care of the house and that's it, I don't know if that's conducive to healthy marriages. No, actually, that's not conducive to healthy marriages, fam. So do you want a woman that is your mom because you saw how much your mom struggled to? I would have to know the context of why you say that. Jazz, you raised your hand. I'm gonna get back to him, and then we're gonna bring it back down and stuff like that. But KJR did want to say something. Go ahead, Jazz.
I have a question for Zen.
For Zen.
The statement earlier that you made a statement that I think it was something of the nature that men don't like women. You just made an overall broad statement. You said that it's something that a truth that you guys tell that we just don't want to listen to, and this is your version of helping us. Do you like women?
No, not really. If I'm talking, I mean, sexually, yes. Not sexually. I don't really have female friends.
Right there, 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm just going to ask you, do you believe that men and women can be friends?
Platonic?
Yes, platonic.
It would be circumstantial, but it's possible, but it's not very probable.
And why do you think so?
I think men are really selfish, and I think when push comes to shove, then I think men will take advantage of things that are nearby and available. So, yeah, I think if a woman thinks she's going to put her trust in a man, I think she would be more likely to get taken advantage of that man than she would be getting protected by him off of what? Like what value are you giving as a friend? Like, what's he giving? What are you giving? Are you just giving a word of mouth? You're giving advice, and he's giving protection, possibly some type of, I'm saying, like resources. Like, what is he giving? And then he's going to want something in return. Don't know when it is, but when he wants it, I don't trust that. So I don't trust men and women to be friends in that kind of sense.
Okay, Jack, hold on one second. Because I'm not going to let the lie pick on you, but we do want to say that we appreciate your honesty. But just thank you, because you've been a very genuine person. That I can respect. Y'all tap the screen, share the live, support the panel, even support Zen. He telling the truth. He ain't lying. He ain't gaslighting. Now, however, have you done any work to unpack this? That's my only question, and that's the last question I will ask you, and I will let you and Jazz get back to it.
I don't think it's a problem because so real quick, I don't think my need to like a woman is going to stop my responsibility from protecting women, right? So all because I don't like them doesn't mean I'm going to let them just fall or whatever it may be. I still think of them as human beings. So because they are human beings, then yeah, like I'm a rock with you as a human being. I have pride in that. But for you being just a woman, I could care less. Whether you're a woman, you're a guy, whatever it may be, I don't care. In that sense, definitely for women, like I don't care to talk to you.
Did the
about,
slave master like his slaves? Did the slave master like his slaves?
What that mean?
Just think about what you. So you don't like women, but you feel like you have a moral obligation to protect them.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, okay. So what happens when you're looking for a marriage?
I don't believe in marriage. I don't think I don't believe in the government being.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. When I say marriage, I understand that some of y'all, the spiritual aspect, a relationship with a commitment with a woman. Let's put it like that: a commitment with the woman. What happens? Why make if you don't like women? Why even commit to one?
For sexual access.
God damn it! Why is it everything about box with us? I'm sorry, my bad. The coon was coming out of it. Why is everything about intercourse with us? I swear, I'm married. You know what I'm saying? I like my wife. I love my wife. I be want to do things. She won't let me do. She's not comfortable. It's fine. Right? Just about I like my wife. I love my wife. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it can be true love if you don't like the person you with. Like to like someone, but it wasn't all about. It's not all about intercourse. I like her personality. I like hearing her voice. You know what I'm saying? Fuck what she do for me. She ain't got to do shit. Can you just sit down and let me look at you? Let me appreciate you. Not worship. You know what I'm saying? But let me just appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for being part of my life. I'm honored as a man to have you in my life. You don't need me for shit, but you want me. And I'm grateful with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand just for sex. You can have sex with anybody. So why make a commitment? If you just not being stiff, but just hold around. No, you know what? God forgive me. But that's basically like I'm confused, bro. And I'm thankful that you admitting it, but it hurt a little bit to know that this probably the mindset. No, this is the mindset of most men. Like what you could get into this is the most sexually liberated time in history. You can get sex from anybody. Why commit to that one woman? It got to be something special about that woman to say, hey, you're the only one that I'm gonna have intercourse with for the rest of my life. Really? Can we dig into that a little? I'm just confused.
I don't think that's the plan, to commit to her for the rest of his life. Number one. Number two, we've already had this discussion.
Well, who?
Want to commit for access to the woman, the kind of woman that they want, but that they will not keep. It is a caliber of women that they feel are more worthy of giving a little bit more to, as opposed to a woman that they would just smash and not think about it, right? But they're not going to pull around, because if they were honest and holding around, they would only have access to the kind of women that they don't deem worthy and that are not on their quote unquote level. So they have to take the funk and commit to a woman who's going to be loyal to them and give them what benefits them. That's what.
Hey man, y'all tap the screen, share the live, support the live goals, support Jazz Cash Up, the one that's above these BLK men. That's not mine, that's hers, because she be getting active in the community, trying to do community work.
Can I ask you something? Okay, so Lug.
You talking to me? Oh, you talking to him? Okay, all right.
Okay, so Log.
I need a
my concern. Okay, so you don't like women in general. That's what you said, like as people. So I'm going to have you look at yourself and understand this. The reason that you can't see yourself having friendships with women, the reason that you view all of the interactions through a relationship lens, is because you don't actually see women as human beings. You see us as a service. We are a tool for your benefit. And I want you to really start thinking about this. If you cannot truly understand women are whole, entire people, how do you expect to ever actually understand yourself? How do you expect to be able to navigate your life in a way that is actually fulfilling outside of sexual relationships? Because this is why there is a male loneliness crisis. Men don't know how to have real, impactful relationships in general. And so you tend to attach yourself to a woman to leech off of her labor, her ability to maintain friendships for you, her ability to ensure that you have needs met. And that is why you look at her as a tool. Your issue with women is not that you don't, oh, well, I don't see I have anything in common. No, your issue isn't that you don't have anything in common with women. It's honestly because you, as a, peen haver, truly don't know who you are. And if you have to identify a woman as a human being, then you view that as taking away a bit of your humanity. And you cannot have a woman also be a human being, because then that lessens you as a man. And I really want you to have a conversation with like your mother, grandmother, aunties, whoever, and ask them the first time they realized that men viewed them as objects and tools. You don't need to respond to that, but that is something I want you to ask them. Because the minute that you find out how old they were, you're going to start looking at yourself and other men the same way we do. Women have to know men better than men know themselves. Because you are our threat. You're our biggest predator. Just like Black people know white people better than white people know themselves. Women know men because you are the only thing we're truly afraid of. Because the shit y'all do to us is so heinous. So before you say women can't understand, no, we understand y'all better than y'all understand yourselves. Y'all still sitting around trying to figure out weaves, wigs, and lashes. When at the end of the day, the real issue is that you don't want another man looking at your woman, and you don't want her to be as attractive as she normally would be. And that is why you want to downplay that, because how dare she be attractive to another man? You all hate yourselves so viscerally that you can't accept anything threatening that. Like, you all are just so insecure. It's terrifying. But I really do want you to ask your mother, grandmother, aunties, the first time they realized men looked at them as objects. I will tell you, it will be before the age of 10. The first man who ever sexualized me, I was 7 years old. I was 7.
Not,
And
whoa,
that's
whoa,
when I
whoa,
was
whoa,
thinking
whoa,
about
whoa, whoa. You were how old?
7.
And Jazz, you said what?
8.
Let's keep it going. T Fran? T Fran, were you raped as a child? 4.
No.
Oh, thank God.
Statement was,
But let me
hold on, there's something else. Go ahead. The statement was, the first time we realized a man only viewed us as a sexual object, meaning if he, was sexualizing us, Googling, catcalling us, whatever. And for me, it was 8.
Yes, I was 10. Between the ages of 10 and 12. Correct. And
Yeah.
then
Time you got followed down the street, I was 11. How old were you guys?
I said between the ages of 12 and 10, it's real. But what I wanted to get to with the young, what's it, SOS Lenny.
He hasn't been talking for the last 50, so I think you're talking about the guy.
I know they've been going back and forth with him. But what I want to get to, and KRG, I love both of you guys. I mean, I am 47 years old. And when you were talking to the older gentleman who was here earlier, you were so on point. Like, I'm Gen X. I know you guys are younger than me. But what these young ladies are saying is the same thing that I pour down to my daughter. What person, just as an adult, regardless of being African American, here I go, you see my age, Black or BLK, whatever you guys say.
It's all good.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But of course, yes, our grandmothers lied to, you know what? Just recently I moved back to Texas because I'm originally from Wisconsin, but I was in Houston for a long time, for over 20 years.
Shout out H-Town.
Right. Oh, yeah, I know you in Houston, right? Because I was like, okay. But I'm in San Antonio now, and I'm around my people again because I'm originally from Wisconsin. So I'm listening to these what you guys call millennials or
millennials.
But I love it. Millennials or
Gen Z. You mean Gen Z?
Oh, Gen Z, right. The Gen Zs. But I'm Gen X, you know. But I love it and I encourage. And that's why I love both of you. Boy, y'all was cooking tonight. Boy, I was finna go to sleep because I just get off of work. But you young ladies really came through. But what I was gonna say about the young man below me, it is a such thing, young ladies, of psychopath and sociopath. And what this young man was displaying is low-key sociopathic ideation. He was. And he is very articulated. Where you see his picture, what y'all call it, FYP, whatever, we see his profile picture, right? So he's fairly attractive. He was articulated. He would destroy you, little girl. When these men are telling you that they are sociopaths and psychopaths, you better listen to them. Let them cook. He was telling you everything. He told you he don't even like women. He just want to have relations with you. He said, I'd rather hang out with my homeboy after I did my bidding with you.
Well, let's hold on. Answer this then. No, I know, but answer this then. Because he was speaking in a generality sense.
And that's fine.
He said, I'm gonna ask the question. I'm gonna ask the question.
Yes,
Are most men sociopaths? Are most black men sociopaths?
Okay, look, listen to me. Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
I don't think that. I think it's just a commitment issue.
No, hold on, wait a second. Wait a minute.
Don't do that.
We gotta let.
That's what it sounds like. He blocks himself for
now you want to commit. 5 minutes ago, you ain't
Wait. T friend. No. That Miss Ma'am, you conflating two different people. The person that was talking about not liking women was LWG, not. Yeah, that wasn't Mr. Lynn.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, he didn't have no interest in commitment, sir. If anybody had a third eye open and was listening to this young man, I don't know. Well, to be honest, I really wish people was telling the truth. And I'm not putting it.
Y'all was telling the truth. I know that much.
And that's what I'm saying. But I'm not putting the onus on the woman because the very question that everybody talk about, can't nobody vet. You can't vet. Everybody, the FBI, the police, Mother God. I went to school. Okay, I have a degree. My first degree was in sociology. My second degree was in counseling. It was. I did my hours, but I was like, I'm not gonna do this. I went on to other ventures. I did. But what I did learn, you cannot vet people. It's three, they talk about it. It's 3 level of math. And they talk about 5 years, please. You could be with somebody for 20 years and don't even know them. People change. Hormones change. Your mind frame change. Everything changed. Society changed. You see people change when the COVID happened. People changed from that and went crazy. And you think you can vet somebody? You can't vet nobody. The only person that you can vet is yourself. Period. You can't vet nobody. People are nuts. And talk about a man? Huh? I was married. I got married at 24 years old. 24. Had a daughter. Thought went to school. Everything. That man gave me hell until I divorced him. And thank God that I got out of college. And talking about your mom, your father and your brother. Oh, please. Y'all talk about the same thing. What you gonna say? Oh, you gonna slap the mess out of my daughter tonight? No. Of course he gonna say no. But go in that house and make that man mad. And call in the police. Black women do not call the police on black men. No, they do not.
But most men, though, we have a bottle inside of emotions. We don't relay. We don't say anything about it. Most men, we don't touch with our inner selves.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is, we're not really even allowed to even express how we truly feel. So everything is bottled up.
Who made it that way?
A lot of things. It could have been the patriarchy. It could have been our families. It could have been our mothers. When I was a kid, you wasn't allowed to cry.
But black women, but women never told women never told us. Hold on, women never told us not to cry. Women actually told us to go get.
My mother said,
"Oh my God!" In general.
No, everybody went through that. Everybody went that.
In general.
I understand, but sometimes you get turned off from that.
No,
you get turned where you're not even human anymore.
Exactly.
So, that bottled emotion.
You don't think? Well, sir, a lot of dudes. Let me tell you this: a lot of men, and I have a partner right now, loving to death. But I had to teach him, and he wasn't what y'all call like, oh God, like the bottom of the barrel. What you want me to say? Yes, but at the most part, men, y'all wouldn't even charge up other men. Y'all go hard on the lady. I seen a dude jump out his shirt so fast on a young lady, but when a dude come through, the story is very different, sir. So if you got that much heat on your heart for a woman, you better be busting out your shirt.
I'm not even knowing that. I won't even do that.
Exactly. I know you won't. Because it's easier. It's called easy prey. Everybody know that.
Well, listen, this been fun. I'm gonna let everybody get their last words in. We're gonna start with Jazz. You'll be last as a mod because I want you to say your little thing. Anyway, KGR, you go ahead and you go first.
Okay, yeah. So because of patriarchy, yes, majority of men are sociopathic. Patriarchy doesn't allow for you all to have feelings, and it teaches you to be what a sociopath is, which is dangerous, predatory, harmful to society. Within the Black community, the problem that happens is that too many men are not only predatory and harmful, but they're also dependent and babies. I'm just going to call it what it is. They're a bunch of like punks. And they want everybody to coddle them at the same time, not call them out for their harmful behavior. I think that the sociopath that's on this panel should really go seek therapy. He should also understand that most of the reasons that he does have disdain toward women is because of his own feelings of inadequacy. And I would also point out that Black men in general need to stop trying to cosplay patriarchy on a budget, because patriarchy wasn't built for you. You are not those men, and you will never be those men. And continuing to try to punch down on Black women is only going to end up with one thing, where you all are all alone, single, and crying because not a single woman wants to be with you. And then you're going to be saying, what about the family? What about the community? Y'all have done nothing but destroy our community. Y'all have done nothing but harm our people. You have done nothing but harm Black girls and Black women. And again, the first time a man sexualized me, I was 7 years old. The next time a grown-ass man actually told me he was planning on talking to me when I became an adult, I was 11 and a half. My father damn near unalived that man. And that is how Black girls navigate our lives. So before you ever fix your mouth to say Black women need to do shit, understand the only thing Black women really need to do is focus on ourselves and stop coddling y'all niggas. And that would be the best thing for the community, because then y'all can fail and flail on your fucking own. Love you. Night night, sweetheart.
Night night. Appreciate you. Y'all follow KJ. Well, she left. Y'all follow KJ. She probably gonna pop up in the comments in a second. T Fran, go ahead. Last words. You gotta unmute your mic. I muted you. Go ahead.
I did. I got it. I just want to say thank you for letting me up. And I'm not coming out here like that. I get it. It's the only thing I used to tell me and my friends used to talk about. It's levels to stuff. But what I will not, and I'm not going to tolerate is the dismissiveness of our women. I'm not. And I got strong men. I'm not centering it to my experiences, because it's 8 billion people on this earth. So I'm not gonna just talk about what I experienced, because I've seen tragedy and I experienced tragedy in my own life. But what I'm saying is that, yeah, with the movement that's happening right now, I'm with it. And I'm an older woman, and I'm not old, but I'm older than you guys. But at the same time, it's like they telling the truth. I mean, hey, what Tupac said, hey, I don't want it if it ain't that. I don't want it if that's easy. You know what I'm saying? So just like Slim Thug was talking about all of this rhetoric about it, enough is enough. Like, damn. We let y'all get away with the rap music and all of this and all of that, and it's too much. It's becoming too much, and I'm totally with it. And there ain't no disrespect to the men that understand. God bless you. You going to the pearly gates, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The people that get it, I'm with you. But it's too many that's not getting it. And that's why we are on TikTok talking about the stuff, because it's real. People are not lying about stuff. Stuff is actually happening and been happening for a very long time. And I'm done. Thank you. Thank you for letting me say my piece, brother.
No problem. Just mute up for a second, or you could drop. Go ahead, brother. You can and you have free range to speak. Go ahead.
Damn, you know what I'm saying? Speak a little truth, called a sociopath. I want to appreciate you, bro, for real, man. Like I said, I like what you're doing by giving that platform to people to really speak their mind and really, you know what I'm saying, like, I have these tough conversations and everything. And I do want to say to the women out there that think I'm a sociopath or a psychopath or whatever it may be, you know, like, I respect that. You know, I mean, I've done psyche evals, but I'm not 100% positive if they believe I am or not for my position and my work I do. But I do respect how y'all feel. And what that is, though, and no, I'm not running away from commitment. I just really do believe that I am valuing myself and my time and my resources, and I'm not going to give that to just anybody specifically, all because I want sexual access from a woman doesn't mean she's entitled to anything from me. But again, if I do want sexual access from a woman and I find out that she's irreplaceable to where I want her in my life long term, then I have no problem with doing that. Just like a woman has to find out if I'm even worth the time to even think on a date. You know, I do believe that she values herself and she's not going to pick just any man to go. Just like I value myself, I'm not going to pick any woman to commit to. So I do respect that. And that's how I roll. And if I'm a sociopath, a psychopath for understanding myself and valuing myself, then again, like I said, I'll respect that then, you know, I do. Because I do believe and I like women in that sense of they're humans. But I'm not going to sit there and say I just like women. And I'm not going to sit there and say I just like men. If the question was, do you like men? I'll probably say no too. You know, at the end of the day, humans are humans. As long as who I am and how big and great I've built myself up to be, as long as I give to the less fortunate, which is what I do, then I can appreciate what I've been doing regardless though. But I'm not going to say anybody's entitled to me giving to the less fortunate. That is a choice that I make on my own because I care. So yeah, I understand what they said and I just appreciate it. And this was a good talk, honestly, man. Like I said, I like what you're doing and hopefully I come back and hear some more and listen some more and join in. So
oh yeah, you welcome back anytime, man. We I'll go ahead and follow you back. Yeah, you welcome to come back on the panel, bro. You whether we disagree or not, one thing that I can say, you acted like a man. That's one thing I will. You acted like a man. So I appreciate you for that. You can either mute up or drop. It's your choice.
All right, peace.
Peace. Mr. Lean.
Dave, all right. I appreciate it. I respect the panel and you know, everyone for sharing their views, and also to the women with their you know, with their experiences. I would like to say personally, I am a man, and on behalf of men, black men, we do love y'all. And far as the, you know, the circumstances of what happened for the other men that, you know, misused you or they did those horrific things, you know, I apologize because those men, I don't respect anyone ever harming anyone. You understand? Especially if you had, you know, your innocence, someone taking away your innocence. That's just wrong. In so many words, if I have my way, there's a special place in, you know, hell for the people like that. You know, so I don't want to take away from, you know, your life experiences that you have or the way how y'all feel. And I respect that in that matter, in that note. But I do hold myself accountable or anyone that I'm around to do the right thing. But you know, hopefully we can have other discussions and you know, thank you for everyone's point of view and their point of interest. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man. See, Rich, go ahead, bro.
All right. I just want to say this as men. We need to honor we need to respect women's boundaries. We need to respect her mind, her body, her soul. We need to start doing better as men. We need to start having conversations without mentioning women. We need to start being better individuals. We need to start reading more. We need to start going to therapy more. That's where it all starts in therapy. Because if we don't go to therapy, if we can't sit down as grown adults and talk to each other without trying to fight each other, that's the issue. Men need to learn how to hold other men accountable. But before men can hold other men accountable, men need to look in the mirror and hold himself accountable. Men need to learn how to have honest conversation with themselves. Because the first thing about going to therapy is to admit that you need help. As a man that's been in therapy taught me a lot. You know, David give you the tools, but you gotta go out there and do the work. And the work is not easy. And man, we have to learn to take rejection. Because there's a lot of men in this world that can't take rejection for nothing. As men, when a woman say leave her alone, leave her alone. Like, men just don't care. Like, men are so quick to talk back to a woman. But let that man get in front of him. It's quite like a church mouse. And I'm from New Orleans. I'm Richard from New Orleans. Grew up in Ninth Ward. Lord Ninth Ward. Like, that, I grew up with men putting their hands on women. Like, come on, bro. You don't put your hands on a woman for what?
Because he can.
Yeah, being from New Orleans, raised in Monroe, man. So I know. It's sad that we will go to other race and talk bad about them. We will go to our job and talk bad about women. But let me ask man this. When was the last time you had an honest conversation with yourself? When's the last time you talked to a woman? Like, as men, we have to be better. We're living in a time where women are saying, guess what? We don't want us. Some of y'all are ruining for the men that do want love. But there are some brothers that do want love. But the bad ones ruining for the good ones. All women is asking us men to do is be there for them mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. If you can't do that three, then you can't be in a relationship. At the end of the day, fellas, man, be real with yourself. Be true to yourself. Be honest to yourself. Because I know all those men, y'all have daughters. How would you feel if another man disrespect your daughter like that? Then y'all have a big problem. So when next time y'all start disrespecting women, think about your kids. Think about your own mama. You wouldn't want no man disrespecting them. You would go to war if someone called your mother out. You would go to war. Somebody disrespect your daughter, your sister. I got two older sisters, man. Me and my sisters don't get along. I have never cussed my sisters out. But I'd be damn I let another man cuss them out. And ladies, for the ladies that's been through that, I'm sorry that y'all went through that. I'm sorry that those men treated y'all like that. I'm sorry that those men did that. Y'all deserve better. Y'all deserve 10 times better. And I'm just gonna leave it at
that. Miss Tiffany, I'm sorry you came on the panel so late, but did you have anything you wanted to add?
Yes, I was just pretty much just like scrolling through TikTok, and I just came across your live.
Yes, ma'am.
And most of the times, when I go through a part of lives, it's about politics. But I just decided to, listen to the panel, and I pretty much just want to say that I love the conversation. I agree with everybody on the panel, especially the ladies, especially the men, also, because a lot of things that you guys discuss, I can actually relate to. I have two younger brothers. I'm the oldest. I'll be 40 this year. And my mom was a single mom, and she raised my brothers to be respectful to women. My cousins and my brothers were all raised by women in my family. They are family men. They do not agree with men putting their hands on women. So I'm going to pretty much talk about my experience, just like the other ladies did. It was a guy in my building. I grew up in Cabrini Green. He came to me in a sexual way at 9 years old. It took my mom to go to her nephews. Didn't go to the police. My cousin got him. not no gun, fist, man to man, and got him. So I understand what these ladies mean. I understand what the guys standing up for us. Because I have men in my family that feel the same way that you guys do. So I really love this conversation. I really enjoyed this live. I really enjoyed this much because it took my mom to be a strong Black woman to raise 2 boys. She did this by herself. So it's 3 of us. And she all raised us to my brothers to the point they ain't never been in trouble with the law. We all got good jobs. I have a college degree. They ain't been in school and everything. Educated Black men that will protect the women in our family, in my family. So I do agree with how women are today. Women are tired. Women are tired, and I see that. I see it from the conversation, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. Like I said, I'm part of the LGBT. I have a girlfriend. So, but I have nothing against Black women. That's just my preference. That's my lifestyle. I have friends, male friends, straight male friends, gay male friends, and they all feel the same way. So I commend you guys for saying that. I really love the live very much.
Oh man, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. No, we don't do it for the attention and all that stuff, but you know, when y'all say stuff like that, we do appreciate you. Ms. Zena, you wanted to come in, and then we go flip it over to Jazz.
All right, so I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna just say this right now. A lot of y'all men are not gonna like what I got to say. Y'all don't care, and I'm not saying to the ones that I genuinely do care, but for the ones that are sitting here, coming up here, and saying what sounds good, right? The lie sounds better than the truth. Y'all will never tell the truth. Y'all will never actually tell the truth of what you want from a woman in a relationship. Y'all will never tell the truth from what you want from the men that you have friendship with, and y'all will never tell the truth. Why? Because the lie is more beneficial than the truth. If y'all go up and tell these women out here that y'all are absolute pieces of shit, y'all know y'all will never get the women that y'all want. The fact that y'all are going to come up here and say, "Oh, well, you know, if we vetted more and y'all knew that he was like this, y'all wouldn't be with him." Y'all absolutely right, we wouldn't. But the fact is, y'all should know that men are liars. The Bible says that men are liars. Okay? So if y'all want to sit here and tell women that we need to be traditional and we need to go by the Bible, then that means women need to be listening to the Bible when men say that the Bible says that men are liars. Am I wrong, Shan?
Let every man be a liar but God.
And what verse is that again?
I don't have it right up.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I can look it up.
And the fact that we're continuously having these conversations, right? And y'all want to sit here and tell women that our voices don't matter, our degrees don't matter, our stories don't matter, but yet you want access to our bodies, you want access to our labor, you want access to our mental, our emotional, everything.
Romans 3 and 4.
And literally everything that comes with us as women. You want us to bear your children, and you don't want to listen to the women that are trying to help you. You don't want to listen to the women that actually want to see y'all do good. But then y'all want to sit here and cry when y'all in these nursing homes that nobody's coming to visit y'all, that none of the children don't want to deal with y'all, because y'all don't believe consequences that your actions have consequences, and to every action there's a reaction. Y'all can't sit here and cause all this havoc throughout, especially I'm gonna speak for the Black community. I'm speaking on the Black community. Y'all can't sit here and cause all this havoc and say these women have baggage, and yet they're the men that are in your circles who are lying to you on a daily basis, that are causing harm to these young women and girls and children and even young men. Y'all can't sit here and y'all can't sit here and say, "Oh, well, we need to take accountability," but y'all are not naming the things that we need to take accountability for. At this point, y'all just trying to shift the blame. So what do we do, right? What do we do as women when we're starting to say that we don't want to deal with y'all anymore? We don't want to have babies with y'all. We don't want to get married. We don't want to do anything. And then there's also some women that are divesting. And a lot of y'all don't like that. But then y'all we're divesting for years. So then what do? We just leave y'all alone. We let y'all, like someone said, we're trying to telling y'all about to fuck around. And now we're in the find out stage. So now that we're in the find out stage, y'all can't say shit. I don't want to hear nothing from none of these men that are up here talking about, well, women aren't traditional anymore. Women aren't giving us kids anymore. I don't want to hear nothing because y'all caused that. Y'all caused that when women were willingly giving y'all the labor for free. For the free? Yeah, y'all took that for advantage. Y'all took that for granted. Y'all can't sit here and be mad that the Creator gave y'all the greatest gift on earth and then disparage the same gift that He gave y'all. Or whatever you believe. You cannot do that. And so for the men who are complaining that they're not getting no punani, y'all just gotta sit and wallow in y'all disappointment. Cause y'all know that y'all lie and y'all refuse to tell the truth. If y'all were actually truthful and did the work, y'all would be good. And they just don't want to do the work because the work, and at this point in their mind, it's too feminine. Why would I do emotional work? That's for the girls. Oh, okay. I just want to know. I don't know why y'all want to come up here and talk about y'all. I don't get it. I don't get it. With that, I'm a mute. I say what I need to say because I'm sorry. My ass was itching. I'm not gonna lie. My ass was itching, and I needed to say that.
You good? Before Jazz speaks, Thursday, again, y'all follow my main account, Controversial Shannon. No numbers, just Controversial Shannon, just like this main account. Appreciate y'all for getting me up to 20,000. But y'all know we're not here for that. Jazz is a moderator of mine. She will always be on the panel. Zena is a moderator of mine. They will always be on the panel. Support Jazz's Cash App right there. She gets active. But I'll let her explain that because we finna go in a minute. It's Jazz's turn to speak. But I appreciate y'all rocking with me. We're gonna be back. Go ahead, Jazz.
Yes, I'm in the state of Florida. For those of you who don't know, there was a law that was passed that keeps people from publicly feeding the homeless. So I'm trying to find ways to combat that by pairing with local churches to distribute the food that I make to feed people in larger numbers. I also help when I can and MDV shelters, which are the least funded program in most states, specifically in Florida. So I try to help there when I can, whether it's to go in there and make them a meal that they don't have to worry about for the night, or contribute to supplies that they might need, feminine hygiene products, diapers for the babies, snacks for the kids to go to school, whatever it might be, fruit, fresh fruit, because a lot of the stuff that they give them is microwavable stuff, frozen stuff. Fresh fruit is kind of hard to come by in those kind of locations. So my Cash App is in the prompt, but it's also in the link tree in my bio in case anybody wants to help donate to help do that. I'm in the process of creating an LLC so that I can make this an official business. You guys will help me get there with that. And just following up from some of the other conversations that.
I got you, Tiffany. She asked how does she leave it. I got it. Don't worry, I dropped her. She good. There you go.
I just want to say that much to the other lady, some that was up here, just like her, I would say the first time that I felt sexualized by a man, was sexualized by a man, I was 8 years old. First time I was approached by a grown man, I was 11 years old, and it only got worse as I got older. So I would just say that overall, Black women don't feel protected, even as children. And I think men need to kind of sit with that and understand that, this world was not safe for us at all. And it is progressively becoming unsafe for us again. I don't want to extend this any longer than what it is, but we'll talk about it another time. I just think that people need to just be more conscious of this, because you may not have personally experienced a thing. That doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. That doesn't mean that it's bigger than what you can fathom in the moment. That doesn't mean that it never existed. You have to be open to see where other people are coming from, and that's the only way to show any kind of empathy, is to try to put yourself in someone else's shoes, even if it's completely easy. So I'll just say that and mute up, because Shannon didn't fight and sleep the last hour.
Oh, I'm good, man. Like, I know I just wanted to say something important for the 56 of y'all in here. Follow my main page. Thursday will be filled with tears of pain, sorrow, and a lot of grief. But it is therapeutic, because on those days, on Thursday, we're just gonna make it Thursday from now on. Because that's the last day where I don't go live. Because on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, I really don't go live like that, y'all. But on my main account, we got 20K followers on TikTok, and on Thursdays around hopefully 8 p.m. Central Time, it is a panel for women and women only, where women get to come up and explain their grievances or their stories, no matter how deep it gets. We're talking about grape. We're talking about I don't know if I can say the word. When a man puts his hands on you, you get to go into much deep, but you have to use TikTok language. I wish it could be unfiltered, but you have to use TikTok languages. Also, YouTube. When they do that, the stories do not go on YouTube. It will only be TikTok. And I will always say, share at your own risk. Share it up at your own risk, because people like to come in and screen record and stuff like that, right? So you got to be comfortable enough to share your experiences, and the platform will be for you to come and get it out. Jazz will be the moderator. My brothers, who I call brothers among this app, will be in there kicking people out. Anytime a dude say she lying or something in the comments, we don't address comments on those days. We don't have smoke for men on those days. We don't. This is for women only, to explain their grievances and nothing else. Block and delete. I'm pulling a straight up Tony Gaskins on Thursday. Block and delete. Everything, block and delete. Somebody say something stupid, block and delete. Scuba will be in there, block and delete. But YouTube, you have to follow me on TikTok, because I won't be live on YouTube on Thursday. My Cash App will not even be on the live on Thursdays, because that is specifically for women. I don't want to monetize your grief. I just want you to be able to talk. I'm trying to create a segment, but here's the catch. If you cannot handle the things that you're going to hear, then don't come. I'll say it once. If you cannot handle the pain and suffering that you're going to hear from women and their stories, unfiltered to the best ability, Tika, do not come. That is not a panel that you want to be on, because you're going to cry. You're going to cry. So I don't know if anybody else is doing anything like this, and it wasn't even my idea. That's why I always give a shout out to Jazz. Jazz is a partner. I don't consider her a mod. I consider her a partner at this point, because she's in every live. She sends me stories. She helps out. And if I grow, because Black women, I understand I have the support of you, and I appreciate you, right? But it is a Black woman's panel. It is Jazz's idea. So if you follow me, follow Jazz. If you support my Cash App, support Jazz Cash App. It was the one that I put on the thing on YouTube as well, right? When I put it on the screen. Almond eyes and thick thighs, right? So just, if you follow me, follow her, because she will be on every panel handling business. And also she getting active. She getting active with the community, actually doing some good things out there. So y'all support her. But Thursday is going down. Tomorrow we're gonna hold a regular panel. You know how we go down. But Thursday at 8 p.m. is going down. YouTube, I will not be live. So follow my TikTok. It's still Controversial Shannon, the one with 20,000. Just follow that one.
8 p.m. Central, yeah.
8 p.m. 8 p.m. Central. 8 p.m. Central on the main page. Yeah. So it's gonna be a whole bunch of block and delete. Other than that, that's it. I appreciate y'all for the support. Somebody has said stop apologizing, but they would talk to the other man. I'm just gonna say I apologize on behalf of the trash ass niggas in the community. All right. But you know, at least some of us are trying to address them, call them out. Sick and tired of all this goddamn content disparaging black women. But anyway, man, I love y'all, Jazz. You have a good night. Love you. Y'all be safe. Y'all be encouraged in Jesus' name. I will see y'all tomorrow. But let's go to bed. Love y'all, YouTube, man. I appreciate the support, man. Y'all have a good night. Stay safe. Be encouraged in Jesus' name.